calm it down. Remember, it's just speed gaming.
And here we go.
So, both our runners, as usual, starting in Super Metroid. I expect both of them will immediately leave Super Metroid, but it could easily be that I'm wrong for the first of what's going to be many times in this randomizer. But we'll see what they do.
There's a chance I could go ahead and check 2 locations right now, see if they could get early Morph Ball or bombs of that nature, or maybe an early Zelda, but they are going to Link to the Past.
Yes, both definitely going Link to the Past. Plenty more items available here, and both checking.
Silvers on Lake Hylia's island.
Well then, what a way to start the tournament. Silver's on Lake Hylia Island. We see the flute in the sanctuary, and RaikouRider not picking that up. I know this strategy from RaikouRider. He is going for an immediate Houlihan. Going to get out of bounds to access the Chris Houlihan room, pick about 250 rupees up. And the reason he did not take that chest to Sanctuary, he doesn't want to bet on the chance that's flippers.
Oof.
So he will pick that up very quickly, but he is more concerned about getting this money right now.
I mean, after he gets the money, he will probably save and quit to the Sanctuary. He will pick it up.
And we have bombs as looks like a level 0 tree pole and super missiles in the mushroom spot, so that's good early. So Raikou will be spit out at Link's house. He can chest this chest.
Big is asking, how does Houlihan work? I believe you just trick the game into putting you into like a wrong warp of sorts.
That is correct. Basically, you find a way to set up a wrong warp. There are several ways to do it, although that the one that Raikou executed is probably the simplest one to do. And instead of crashing, the game decides to put you in the Chris Houlihan room as a little gimmick for having figured that out. Looks like Raikou's considering doing the front half of Escape as well. 2 free items he can pick up here. And,
Is this randomized? Is this randomized?
So an early fighter sword for Raikou, that's going to really help his ability to explore a bit more and find some regular missiles as well.
Yeah, Blind's hideout check right now. 5 items up for grab.
And Raikou is going to get that flute out of the sanctuary right now.
Now, we should mention that this is not V30 logic for Link to the Past, so there is bomb and arrow capacity upgrades, and hints do not work in this mode.
Is there no hints yet, but Breakdown picking up some cash and some bombs from a Blind's hut. Not a lot, but that level 1 tree pole giving him bombs also helped his ability to get that count up. Raikou is going to pick up those bombs and do those forest checks following in Breakdown's footsteps, so a little bit behind in terms of checks, but he does have that sword, and more to the point, he has all that money.
Money, money, money. Gloves in the back of the well, and Go ahead.
Yeah, just Knee Tank in the Lumberjack, and Speed Booster also in the well. Well then.
Oof. That's a really big grab there. That's going to make going through all of Super Metroid's areas a little bit faster.
And Breakdown is plenty used to going fast in Super Metroid. He's got a 56-minute time in any percent.
But I do believe now this does put Gauntlet in logic for Breakdown?
No. Gauntlet requires you to have 1 E-Tank to get to the first item and 2 E-Tanks to get to the back items because of the lava in the way.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a gotcha in terms of what's logically locked or not, but he will need a little bit more energy to get his way through there if he wants to do it the way it's intended.
We're checking the back of the tavern to see what the barkeep has, and it's just his allowance, his
Yeah, it's
life
tip
savings.
money. I mean, it's a tavern. It's just tip money.
Ooh!
And oh, the con man's apprentice getting scammed. 100 will get you 300 rupees this time.
Given to the poor beggar rewards you this time around. Raiko will probably be grabbing that here in about a minute or so.
Yeah, he will explore the well first and then route his way down there. In the library, we have a bunch of books and a thing of missiles. That's not getting picked up. Breakdown's gonna check the race game, see what we have here. Is it worth his time? Probably not. Nope. He is going to flute away. It does give him a Death Mountain access. That's a very early flute, but he's gonna go to the dam first. Good call. Really, we are looking for a pair of balls to really get much progression in here, either the Morph Ball or the Moon Pearl.
I'm trying
Let's
so
see
hard
if
not to laugh right now.
You can laugh. It's allowed as RaikouRider activates his flute. And
Well, there's a neat tank right there.
yeah, that is a 1. And Breakdown now headed towards Mini Moldorm Cave will be a bit tricky with only, at that point, it'll be 6 bombs to his name to finish that. But actually, he's got to be careful not to take a death.
That was a weird. He almost got pulled out of there.
Yeah, so a little bit awkward, but he recovers. And now this is going to be a bit tricky.
Ooh, he got a double
Ooh.
right there. Really good.
Gets the double. That was very timely. And let's see what 5 items are down here.
Fire rod! Oof, we got a fire source now, folks.
Energy tanks, 2 packs of super missiles, and a bomb upgrade.
Now, at what point do you think is good to go back into Super Metroid to do some exploring with like supers and things of that nature? I believe.
Well, with only Speed Booster as his only extra movement item, I think that gets him into Wreck Ship and nothing else. And it looks like Breakdown is going to check Ice Rod Cave as well.
As he dodges everything, as we hear the beeps.
Will be very dangerous for him. He's going to try and bomb these crabs, it looks like. These crabs deal 2 hearts of damage apiece if he gets hit by any of them. Oh, good dodging as he gets in there. Just +5 arrows, but it's still interesting. And Breakdown, he's not up and Aing, so that tells me... Oh, alright, he's going to flute, but he's probably going to set up the fake flipper. No, he's going to check Link's house now. Alright, that's still fair.
And he's also using this as a chance to get his life back up.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a hospital there. Also, Raiko down to 1.5 hearts, but he has that sword, which is going to definitely make combat a bit easier against the mini Moldorms.
Speaking of sword,
making the right play.
Yep, he's going to go grab his sword now. Now, is he going to clear the rest of Escape?
Clearing the rest of Escape is not a bad play, as Raiko gets a double with that spin attack. Very nicely done. Also, going to Escape will get him a couple magic pots that so he can start using that fire rod if he wants to.
The dungeon, then. Fine. Big in the chat saying we're calling the whole thing Escape.
I mean, it's match 1 out of 155. As Raiko going to desert. Very interesting.
Ooh,
He sees
calling
Red
40
Ruby on the
tiebreakers.
ledge.
Elder
Going
here.
for well, no, you've got your 115, then you've got your top 8 matches. But
Okay.
Raiko with a very early Agina check. This is probably being prompted more by having access to the flute this early than anything else.
And that's only got him a reserve.
Yep, just the trash can. As we find net first service for breakdown.
Now they haven't found that many heart containers, so that net could probably help them out with the grabbing fairies later on.
Grabbing fairies won't help him at all until he gets a bottle. Raiko is also making the trip over to Ice Rod Cave as breakdown continues through the dungeon. Raiko deciding not to fake Flipper up to Zoro's domain, probably waiting till he can wrap that in with a couple other checks, I think. He may also be making the play towards the castle, or he might be trying to think about Eastern.
Yeah, he can jump in between Eastern and Strasbourg.
There's our map check. We have a green pen of the Eastern, crystals at Tower of Hera and Desert Palace, it looked like.
Looks like Breakdown's doing a death warp here. But there is now potentially up to 7 items Raiko can get here, depending if he finds the bow in one of the first 6 here.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. 3 items in Sahasrah's hut, 3 items in Eastern, and if one of those is the bow, to get him through Eastern, the green pen will be one more.
Flippers! Ooh, they're not on pedestal this time. They have boots! We're finding all kinds of footwear here.
All kinds of footwear indeed. RaikouRider now might really be thinking about that Zora check, and he immediately pulls out that flute. So he has 525 rupees, more than enough for Zora. And Breakdown, unable to clear the dark part of escape, taking a death, and that one was not intentional. So let's see what he decides to do from here as Raiko takes the trip to the hobo.
It looks like he's decided he's just going to go into the back end of the escape instead of trying to deal with the dark room.
Right, with the power glove, he can just ignore that area and do the back of escape. There is still one item that is lamp locked.
And they can figure out what that item is depending on these 3.
Well, it's a live item because the key's there, but he gets a blue bottle, which is definitely going to be useful. Turn that into the Sick Kid in Hyrule. Meanwhile, Raiko, having gotten the super missiles from the hobo, heading up to Zora's domain. 4 items he'll be able to get here. The 2 in the waterfall, 1 from the Master Con Man himself, and 1 from the ledge. Breakdown is deciding to immediately cash in that bottle.
Oh, and Raiko gets his own bottle. He gives out the... Oh! He throws out the gold B.
It gets rid of the B to get a free potion off of it. And, gets a blue potion of his own. And Spacer is what the Sick Kid has, so that'll be of some use, as Breakdown's also making the trip up towards Sahasrahla. So a little bit of crossing routes here.
Red Ruby on ledge, I don't think we're going to be grabbing that one.
Not likely. But it's going to be interesting to see if Breakdown makes the play into Eastern, or if he also decides that Zora's Domain is a better play. Given that he doesn't have the 500 rupees yet, he's probably not going to check the Zora. He's probably not going to get these super missiles.
He gets his super bomb and boots right there.
So still not a ton of accessibility in Super Metroid. A little bit of Pink Brinstar you can get to by virtue of having the
Speed booster.
Yeah, speed booster. You can speed boost your way. Raikou's gonna check Bonk Rocks here.
And we are getting a dip into Eastern. Oh, was that Wave Beam?
That was Wave Beam. So Breakdown is going to check Eastern. 3 items in here. 2 of them one of them we know we can get. One of them might be locked by the lamp. One of them might be locked behind the Armos Knights.
Now, this dark room is a lot easier than the escape dark room. Last night, someone did say Raikou can do all the dark rooms except for Aga 1.
That is correct. Raikou has, again, very much a veteran of the Link to the Past randomizer. He has memorized these dark rooms front and back, and he is not wasting any time checking that last chest in a Dark Cross here.
We get the big key early on here, so we were going to be able to get the big key chest on the way through to the dark room.
And Raikou making his way through the back half of Escape, through the water section. Just has one more room, I believe, to get through. Yep. So, depending on what the item is, we might be able to see what it is. Otherwise, we may just have to wait till he checks his map.
Yeah, anything with a yellow palette, I believe, does not show up in dark rooms.
Sounds about right. I remember a rather infamous clip where Titan's gloves were in a dark room, and oh, that's Morph Ball!
Ooh, I think
Morph
Raikou's
Ball
going to
and
be
Dark
doing
Cross.
book and
the book in the
Eastern.
big chest. That opens up Desert, and actually that's fully completable. You've got boots, you've got book to get in, you've got Fire Rod to light the torches and kill Lanmo. But RaikouRider with a huge pickup of the Morph Ball in the chest that Breakdown left behind. So it's going to be very, very interesting when Breakdown decides to make the play back towards Dark Cross.
Looks like he's having a hard time finding the key. Oh, no, he found the key.
He's trying to find his way out, it looks
Yeah,
like.
he just kept on dashing into a pot, it looks like.
I mean, those dark rooms are tough if you don't have them completely figured out. Breakdown is going to be able to check this vanilla big key chest, and if that's not the bow, he's done in here.
Ooh, it's only the map. So Armos, I do believe, has an item on him. If I was counting right.
That is correct. So what's Breakdown's play going to be is, it looks like he's thinking about going back to Super Metroid sans Morph Ball.
Looks like he's going to check Agana real fast.
Yep, he'll also check the ledge. He also can get into Desert Palace and full clear it.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
crystals, so he's got to do it at some point.
So there's 2 items in here up for grabs.
Raikou appears opting for the 2-pot strat on this ball and chain guard. And as soon as he clears this, he can just up A right out of it because he's finished everything.
Now, if you're Raikou, do you just hard reset and go into Super, or do you go and finish checking Eastern and Desert?
I think he's going straight to Super Metroid. He might not be entirely aware of that hard reset, but this is immediately cashing in that Morph Ball.
Small key on the torch here.
Yeah, so boots were required, but as quickly as you found those, that's not an option. Or not a problem, rather.
And Raiko is going into super. He's going
With
to be
25 missiles, 30 supers, and 10 power bombs, and 2 energy tanks. So he can logically complete Gauntlet if he wants to.
Bow! Oh!
Bow and Omega missiles, everything coming up Raiko right now.
Now that bow, I should mention that bow is not in logic though, because Raiko found the Morph Ball in the dark room.
Yes, so that bow will not lead to the lamp. However, that's pretty much a simple lamp lock in terms of logic breaking is not exactly the biggest issue, shall we say. Also, breakdown down to a single heart again, has to be careful here.
Looks like the last time for Desert Palace will be on the Lamoas.
It does appear to be the case, yes. So nothing out of the Bomb Torizo, and Raiko deciding to try and Alcatraz his way out. I mean, he's got power bombs. He doesn't need to do this. And he decides that he's not going to do this. A little bit of indecision, but it looks like Raiko is going to head towards a Terminator room. Oh, it picks up the hammer at Terminator!
Oh, wow. Man, this is just looking worse and worse for Breakdown. He needs to find the lamp and fast.
He does need to find that lamp. That is very true. But, I mean, someone pointed out, ooh, as he takes another death from that Beamos. Raiko gonna save here, get his power bombs back. Is he gonna try Gauntlet? Maybe it is in logic for him with Speed Booster.
That's probably why he's saving and getting his power bombs right now, just so he can go through Gauntlet real fast. No, he's going back in. Probably going to check old Brinstar. Maybe he's I mean, he could check a lot of Super Metroid right now.
Yeah, there is quite a bit open to him. Retro Brin, definitely a possibility. It does look like what he's going to be doing. Meanwhile, Breakdown getting through things and going to be heading down to Landmos in short order. Does not have any magic for it. Raiko gonna check Shaft Supers, it looks like. It's a Speed Booster lock location. If he can, he's just gonna check it before devoting all his energy to Shine Spark. He'll probably reset it. This is nothing.
Oh, that was Red Rupee, I believe?
Yes, it was. That's a lot of nothing. That's a lot of falling. That should tell you how much you have to Shine Spark up.
Looks like Breakdown's having issues with the Lamoas right now. He doesn't have any magic. He does have a blue potion he could possibly use, but he might be saving that for Dark Lord boss.
I can understand wanting to save it, but at the same time, I mean, you have the thing, you may as well use it. It's better than dying, certainly.
Especially since he's already taken one
refill.
He has already taken one accidental death. He gets one more hit. He is out of this right now. He has to go through all of the second half of Desert.
He's taking down one of the Land Mola. Let's see if he gets it on the other two.
That's down to the third one. Now, the third one, I do believe, shoots out 8 rocks. If he's not careful, he may get hit by one. Ooh, that was close.
It was very close, but he's staying clean.
I believe one more hit?
One or two, yeah. And
there we go.
There he goes. Very nice kill under pretty intense
Mirror!
pressure.
Oh!
That is a big find. As Raiko finds his energy tank at Alpha Missiles, not exactly that great.
This is telling me that more than likely Lamp is probably on Spectral Rock.
On top of Spec Rock? I mean, yeah, that's now in logic. You're right. Raikou looks like he is trying to set up this damage boost, and there he gets it for that energy tank. And then heading up to Billy May's room after picking up these supers. 35 supers this early is a really large amount.
Yeah, he could kill most bosses right now.
He kill most bosses, and you only need like 60, 65 in order to kill Mother Brain.
Usually when I play my rando seeds, I have full health. Ooh!
So
all
Billy
the
Mays here
rupees
with 300 rupees, but wait, there's more. Call right now and you'll get an extra 50 rupees absolutely free. Raikou's not interested.
I believe Billy Mays and the Bolavindor shopped at the same place. At the same manager this time around.
Sounds about right. Breakdown is heading into Death Mountain, doing the Death Mountain cave in reverse. Again, this is out of logic, but, well, let's see if he has a better luck with this than he did with the first one. He's got the old man.
Mystery Man, this is the Super Metroid and Link to the Past randomizer tournament. So we took Super Metroid, we took Link to the Past, we combined them together onto one ROM, and we took all 316 items and threw them all between both games. You can find Zelda items in Super Metroid items in Zelda, and the goal is to beat both games.
The Morph Ball was in Escape, as we find Bombos on the Morph Ball pedestal, and the Blue Cane past that. Breakdown is going to head into Business Center here in Lower Norfair. Going to check the high jump boots area.
He was.
Right, he doesn't have more if he only could check that front half. Another 50 rupees for Raikou. And I believe is that Vanilla Charge Beam?
Well, we're going to see right now what's on Spectacle Rock. Only a piece of art.
And it is worth noting that with that mirror, Breakdown can clear Tower of Hera. He has a fire source if he needs to as well.
And that is a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, so he will need to finish it at some point. Raikou continuing to explore Blueprint Star. Also, with the book, Breakdown will be able to see what this item is on this Ether tablet, but he will not be able to get it. Just a little piece of love. So Raikou is heading towards Edakun's, it looks like, or he was. But Breakdown is headed into Tower of Hera. Oh my. That's a space jump. It looks like Raikou is filling up on power bombs on those frogs.
Who picked up the space jump? Sorry, I was typing out something for chat for Mystery Man. He was wondering where he can pick up a randomizer ROM.
But space jump was in the first chest of Tower of Hera. Breakdown picked it up, but he is going to have to take a coffee break in the basement. And ooh, mistimed the clip on the blocks. Raikou finding another trash can at Edakun's. Not what he wanted to see. Breakdown again down to a single heart, but taking a death here wouldn't be too terribly bad as long as he gets this item.
I mean, he can either mirror out or death warp out after he picks up the big key here.
Yep, that is entirely true. It'd be about 6-1. Probably easier to Death Warp because it'll come back with 3 hearts. And we have RaikouRider trying to mock ball here for the area where you get early supers. And realizes that, oh wait, I've got speed booster, I don't need the mock ball.
All right, we got all the missiles here. Looks like he's picking them up because he... Oh! Did he miss that one, or...?
Yeah, he missed the second one, decided it was not worth spending another power bomb to get to. And just picks up another pack there. So Raikou continuing through Pink Brinstar.
We're going to see what's in the big key chest here. Just another missile.
That, I believe, means that our good buddy Trolldorm has the compass.
So how many falls are we going to have this time?
I'm gonna be nice and say 0. If you hold your sword out, it's really hard to get knocked off the edge. Just regular missiles at Mission Impossible.
One more hit, and Muldrum, I believe, is out.
Yep, because he's in that super fast phase, and there it is.
So we do have 2 crystals right now to none. However, Raikou has a lot of progression items just because he did the Dark Room to find the Morph Ball.
Yeah, he has Morph Ball, Bow, and Hammer that Breakdown is without. I'm not sure if it's necessarily worth a full 2 crystals. Breakdown also has Mirror and Space Jump that Raikou doesn't have, as he's trying to set up this short charge in the waterway. It looks like Breakdown is headed towards Zora area now. Again, he will not be able to get the item off of King Zora, but he won't end up needing it, thankfully for him. Believe this 2-tap short charge to get this.
Big is in the chat. He'll explain in more detail.
Just a 1-tap, okay. There he goes.
Ice Beam!
Ice Beam. That is a sequence-broken Ice Beam, though, mind you, because you would need Gravity Suit to get that logically. Yes, 1 A-tap, Molted Fox, not a half-tap.
Can I have a heat tap?
Sure, go grab yourself a heat tap. I don't care. So Raikou has a lot of Super Metroid exploration done that is going to give him quite a bit of a lead here if he comes and catches up, as it looks like he's setting up for Spore Spawn Kit. Oh, and that sounds like he got it.
Yeah, Derek, there's 4 locations, 2 in the Light World and 2 in the Dark World, that takes you to one of the 4 areas in Super Metroid. Each one goes to a different area.
Yeah, that you're right. Raikou was found Bombos. It was on the Morph Ball pedestal. Speaking of pedestals, with that book, Breakdown can check the Master Sword pedestal if he wants to, but it does not seem like he wants to.
What would be on the pedestal that would be devastating right now? Right now I can only think of some the cane. It's got to be the cane.
Yeah, the cane is the only thing we know right now that would be required. A hookshot would be pretty devastating.
Now it may not be required if both Meyer and Turtle Rock are also pinned in dungeons.
And it's true. It'd be logically required for GT though. If you have to go past if you have to go a certain distance to get the big key. Also, Raikou down to 71 energy gets that wave beam door finally.
He does have reserve tanks. His yellow auto sign is up. All of that was for Red Ruby though.
So now Breakdown has Bombos.
Draco on tracking. He just finally clicked that off. Now he has to click it back on again.
Yeah, Raikou definitely really low on energy, and yes, he has that reserve, but that's still not something he wants to lean on if he can avoid it.
It looks like he is going to farm, probably get about 200 energy here.
And Fred Coughlin, the creator of the Zelda 1 and SMZ3 randomizers, pointing out that Hook is logically required for Aghanim in GT. But Breakdown, without anything more he can check in this area, let's see if he decides to stay in Super Metroid a little longer.
Yeah, he can check wrecked ship, I believe. We said earlier.
He can check. He can check parts of wrecked ship. That is right.
Gauntlet is now an option since he now has that 2 energy.
Front of Gauntlet, you need Morph Ball in order to get to the back. But it is very odd that this lamp is still incommunicado, given how much we found otherwise.
Well, we did say Armos did have an item, and oh no, wait. Bo was lamp locked. Never mind. That was
Bo was Morph locked. Yes. Raikou headed towards X-Ray. Or he might just be using those fire fleas to refill on power bombs. To Breakdown needing to get enough speed to get a charge going. And that's not where he needed the charge.
Oh, he fell again. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. And he will be rewarded with a hammer here in a Terminator room. Spacer just has a bomb upgrade. So it looks like Raikou is probably headed in the direction of Kraid. Dodges that yapping maw, apparently not interested in playing that category. Get caught by every yapping maw in the game, RTA. Yes, that is an actual category. Oh, Raikou is headed to Business Center. Interesting. So he's going to be able to check the high jump boots location that Breakdown had to leave behind, but he's instead just going to do Death Mountain. With that hammer, he will be able to do all of East Death Mountain as well. He can backdoor his way through a Tower of Hera.
Which East Death Mountain does have Paradox Cave, which is an additional 7 ions.
It also has Spiral Cave for an 8th. However, actually, no, Raikou can't get over there because he doesn't have a way. He doesn't have a mirror yet. Yes, thank you, chat, for pointing that out. So Raiko is going to save the old man and get a whole lot of disappointment, but he will open up that Death Mountain portal from the start screen if he wants it.
Right now, Breakdown's going to the Big Pink. Looks like he's just going backtrack. He's missing the Morph Ball, and he's probably going to try and find it in Zelda. Where would the lamp be right now, logically?
I'm trying to think.
Because the hammer was technically also Morph Ball locked.
Yeah, I mean, if not for the fact that the bow was morph locked, I'd almost think Lamp could be on Ped. Like, that's the only thing keeping Lamp from being on pedestal. Oh wait, no. Wait, what am I thinking? Never mind me.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no way into Dark World because the hammer was also behind there. I mean, I guess if we find a second sword.
Yeah, sorry, bow was morph locked, not hammer. Sorry, what am I saying?
Well, then the hammer was also.
It's the first race of the tournament. Cut me some slack. Raiko. Oh, he's heading back in the Eastern. With that bow, I mean, he may as well take advantage of it. He'll get those items, although I'm not sure there was anything notable. Oh, there was the book in Eastern, which would take him to desert.
To Lamoa's, which will get him the mirror.
Yeah, so that will be a really good sequence for him, covering Breakdown's tracks while Breakdown covers his. So let's see what Breakdown decides to do here. And he doesn't have access to East Death Mountain either. Oh, yeah, because he got the hammer, he does have access to it. Because he can actually get to Tower of Hera, unlike Raiko.
He's getting trolled by the Death Squirrel there.
Yeah, the Dead Rocks, yeah.
I call him Death Squirrels.
Lamp can't be on Zora. Raiko already checked it, and it was just missiles, I believe.
I think they both checked it.
No, Breakdown's never gotten up to 500 rupees to check Zora's item. And a little bit too far to the left or right on that mirror. Gonna have to try that one again.
We're almost an hour in, and both players still with less than 5 hearts right now.
Yeah, less than 5 hearts and no Morph Ball. Or not Morph Ball, Moon Pearl. Wouldn't be something if Armos had the Moon Pearl. Just break this seed open.
Flowing Island just has missiles, so we won't be going through Hookshot Cave to see those.
And not for that, at least. Raiko gets his book. As Breakdown going through Spiral Cave. Since Hammer was not Morph Ball blocked, Speed Booster would have gotten it to you. Lamp could be in here.
Now we got 7 more items to check to find out.
And, Raiko also having no problem in these dark rooms. A very nice little trick with the mirror there. You can basically delete blocks if you push them with the mirror while they're moving.
I always pretended that I was eating the blocks whenever I do my runs. Like, nom 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 nom.
Fair enough. I mean, that works with the sound bite at least.
Nom nom!
Snakey, no, this is normal mode. Paradox Cave not coming up
Land!
with much. Oh, there's that lamp.
That is a very explosive Paradox Cave.
Yes, it was, and that gives Breakdown what he needs to find what he needs. Hopefully he puts 2 and 2 together. Oh, maybe not, because he is not going back to escape. Where is he going? Oh, he's checking Bonk Rocks first. And then he finds his wave beam. Raiko making his way through that last dark room in Eastern.
And it looks like he's going through the escape the front way this time.
That's a very interesting decision. I mean, he has the key, so I'm not sure it matters which way he goes through. But he will definitely be picking up his Morph Ball, which is definitely going to open up the seed for him.
All right, we're going to see what's going on with the Armos here. They do have an item. Ooh, one of the arrows did not count as a hit.
And just the big 20 there. But Raiko's got his green pendant.
And Breakdown
and he'll be able
got
to turn that for another item. Yeah, I imagine he is going right back to Super Metroid after that. So the game expected you to stay in Link to the Past for a long time after starting there, and didn't expect you to go back for quite a while.
Ooh,
plasma on Sahasrara. That's worth it. Still missing charge and X-ray for some hot microwave action, but we'll see how this goes anyway. And Breakdown's going to check Omega Missiles. He'll get his bow. But Raiko very quickly following what the seed wants to give him and going straight to desert. This is the right thing.
Apparently, he Breakdown found Pearl, but I don't think he did. He found Morph Ball, which kind of looks like Pearl.
Yeah, a slight difference.
They're both round and pink. Another person says Break has Pearl.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out where he would have found it, because that would have been a huge pickup if we'd seen it.
He probably would have been in Dark World right now if he found it, because there's so many items in
yeah, I mean, he just
Dark Hydreigo.
Oh, yeah, Village of Outcasts. There's just so much you can do there, even without Titan's Mitts. We'll keep an eye out, because Raiko, I'm sure, is
No. Blag. That's the Morph Ball.
Yeah, that's the Morph Ball. That's not the Moon Pearl. They look very similar, but they are very, very different.
Look at the tracker above Breakdown and Raiko. Was that what you saw?
Breakdown going to a Crateria Power Bombs on 29 energy. He does have the reserve available if he needs it, and decides that the Power Bombs aren't worth it. But he can just go right back to his ship and refill.
I highly expect Raiko is just going to completely clear out the rest of Light World, aside from Agate 1. Because while he's up in Hero, then he can go check Paradox Cave, get his lamp, get his... actually, no. He'll get his lamp, but that'll be about it.
Yeah, the lamp was the only thing of any note, because he's done all the dark rooms that Breakdown would have skipped on.
So, what would be the next logical point?
Next
Yes.
logical point, well, there's high jump boots he can check.
There's also there's also
Breakdown's going through Gauntlet.
there's also Southside Dark World right now he can check as well.
He doesn't have the Moon Pearl.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. I'm wrong. Ignore me.
And it happens again. First commentary of the tournament. Things are gonna happen.
You know,
man.
I'm thinking about the whole moonball thing we just went through in the chat.
And just supers in the front half of Gauntlet, but still, you're not gonna say no to that many supers.
He has to be careful though. His health is low. He does have a few reserve tanks.
I believe he only has the one reserve. He might have another, but
there it goes.
And
his one reserve.
Yep.
Oh,
he's got to be very careful. 10 energy. That space jump saving him. Talk about tense. Granted, he did save, so this wouldn't be a terrible waste unless there's something amazing here.
Oh.
Just missiles.
0 out of 10 Gauntlet.
Meanwhile, Raiko got 2 of the land moles with the fire rod. Has to sword the last one. But he's got his mirror. So Raiko back on track in terms of that. Yeah, Tower of Hera is the easy play here.
I still say Raiko probably has a good, I'll say 10-minute lead right now.
I mean, that would sound about right, but what's really going to determine things is the plays they make from here. Ancient Gamers pointing out that Wreck Ship is full clearable with the current item loadout they've got. Space Jump was in the first room of Tower of Hera, Jersen. Raiko's about to get it.
He's checking some areas in
checking business. Oh, he's gonna check the high jump booth location while he's right here.
Just a piece of art.
Oh, there's the actual high jump boots location that he also can check. This was an area that he could not check earlier, or he could have checked earlier. He just never made the play to Business Center, and when Breakdown was here, he didn't have Morph Ball to check it. So check 3 items in a pretty small amount of time, and then just continue on to Tower of Hera.
And he grabbed both of those heart pieces because this has been a very light of love run so far.
Yeah, it's been a very hard start seed. It looks like he's going to check Crocomire Escape. Oh, Gravity at Crocomire Escape. That was Gravity Suit.
They look similar. They look so similar.
So, Crocomire is going to be 100% required. Because while it is possible to do Suitless Meridia, it is not in logic in normal mode. Breakdown taking an opportunity to get a little bit of health back. Alright. Wait, you don't need Crocomire in order to do Crocomire Escape? Okay, learn something new every day. Meanwhile, Raiko also checking Ether Tablet as Breakdown finds his second reserve tank. Now Raiko has a space jump. So meanwhile, Breakdown, covering all those, ooh, falls down the chute. He's going to, oh, this is not good. He's gonna have to try and Shine Spark up. I'm not sure if he's got enough energy to do it though. Oh, I guess he does, just barely. And Raikou successfully clipping on the blocks. He does not need to do anything. He'll just not take damage. And now he's setting up his Force 1 skip. Having a little bit of trouble with it, it looks like. There we go. Now with the big key, Raikou is mirroring out. And up the tower he goes. So let's see what Breakdown decides to do with his 67 energy.
Looks like Breakdown did grab the rupees. He may be thinking that Moon Pearl might be on Zora right now.
I mean, that is 4 items that he hasn't checked. Little does he know that there's nothing there, but it is definitely good that he's thinking about those locations still.
Like right now, Raikou has enough rupees to basically finish the rest of the seed as long as he doesn't spend too much on potions.
Yeah, he's gonna make sure he saves 100 that he needs for Kiki the Monkey, and the 30 for chess game and 80 for digging game, I believe, are the rates. Yeah, he's got plenty
110 for Kiki. But yeah, no, he has more than enough.
So still has not been a lot of other checks. Breakdown after he gets this wave beam, he could, I believe X-Ray's in logic since he has space jump.
Oh, he didn't get wave beam. Did he get wave beam?
Oh no, he's at the wave beam location right now.
No.
Wave beam gate.
Yeah, he should be able to.
He got it.
Because I thought Raikou was able to just jump up and shoot it.
I mean, I thought he had wave beam, but maybe he forgot he had it.
Yeah, he has wave. He just needs to shoot. Yeah. Here he is trying to do the glitch, and all he had to do was shoot.
They call it swag. Completely necessary swag trick. But Raikou now also has his 2 crystals, and he'll be heading towards Paradox Cave and Spiral Cave as well. So he will be more or less on even footing with Breakdown at that point.
Yeah, however, he
has Ice and Plasma that Breakdown does not, though Ice is a sequence break. Plasma would not be. Also, one thing of note, once our runners find the Moon Pearl, they will have, once our runners find Moon Pearl, they will have access to the Silver Arrows on the Lake Hylia Island. But it looks like Breakdown is also headed to Waterway.
Which will make most of the bosses in Dark World very, very fast.
It will make a lot of the bosses trivial, yes, and will also help with Gano, though I know that Raikou can do Sword Silverless if he has to, but with Silvers being in such an easy-to-get-to location, he's not gonna pass them up.
Ooh, just missed it.
Just a little high.
It looks like he's having trouble getting out of the kiddie pool.
It's a deceptively hard jump getting out of the kiddie pool as Raiko heads into the top half of Paradox Cave, and he'll find his lamp to put
Oh,
everything else
second
in
try
logic.
though. Really good job.
There's that lamp Raiko needed to get back into logic, but it's going to be interesting to decide what he goes from here, because at this point we're in new ground. Taking his time, he's going to whistle. Is he whistling the 1 back to Business Center? That does seem to be his plan. So it seems like Raiko is heading back to Business Center.
I'm having the feeling that Moon Pearl has to be in Super Metroid somewhere. Well, I mean, would that still be useful though? Just do Aghanim and then run down Pyramid without Moon Pearl.
I mean, yeah, it would open up some things, just another troll that our runners don't need right now. But it looks like Raiko's made the play of heading to Kraid. He's going to turn on Plasma, because why not?
Let's see if we get any Big Kraid DLC during this run. Ooh! Master Sword at Kraid.
That's definitely helpful. So Breakdown making his way up to the Spazer area. Not going to be anything there. And out of Power Bomb. That's a small issue on the comeback.
I wouldn't go for this if...
I mean, he has no way to get back out.
He's going to have to hard reset. Good thing there's nothing good here.
Yeah. Pac-Man. Plasma was on Sahasrara.
Oh, wait.
Oh,
he doesn't have bombs, though. He doesn't have bombs. He has nothing.
No, he doesn't. This will force a hard reset. RaikouRider on Kraid, he has said he does not know how to do this quick kill. And he got close, though, but we will have some Dancing Kraid DLC.
Now, I don't know how much Breakdown got before he said... Oh, no. I just saw the time at 7 minutes. He doesn't have... I don't think he'll have Ice Beam at this point.
We'll see. Every time he transitions back and forth, it saves. That's a little helpful, but yeah, we'll have to see how much he's lost. Hopefully it's not too much, and granted, if the only thing Breakdown lost was Ice Beam, that's not the worst thing in the world. He can get it if he decides he needs to, but honestly, if he gets enough supers, he might not need it. But Raiko does have Kraid down.
One of the 4 bosses required to get to Mother Brain.
And spending a whole lot of supers in order to get rid of them. So without the Ice Beam, that's going to be a big drain. Yeah, gotta be. And now I don't think he has enough. Doesn't have enough energy to Shine Spark.
He has a reserve tank.
Certainly not that certainly not up that distance.
I would just wall jump up there and check it like Raiko did. I know that's a little bit quicker, but
and it's a little slow. But yeah, I don't think he's got enough to. Yeah, he doesn't even have enough. Like he'll short out halfway through. It seems like.
Is Raiko doing the Aga 1 play?
Not yet. I think he just is deciding to take a different warp into Super Metroid. This might be a wreck chip play. But Breakdown is going to go. Oh, he's going to try to wall jump all the way up the check.
Raikou, on his way over to the wreck ship, will be able to get back off his power bombs.
And we'll be able to see exactly how many supers he's collected. Seems like a lot. Uh, 45. He still needs probably 3, 4, maybe 5 super missile packs to take on Muddler Brain at this, but he's still got 3 of the Golden 4 to go. He's gonna check Criteria Power Bombs, which we know from Breakdown's check is just more vanilla power bombs. He might also check Gauntlet. Because Gauntlet would get Raikou up to 50 supers, which would be plenty enough to kill most anything.
So while we're in this little bit of a lull, while we're trying to find the Moon Pearl, I did do a quick, pre-game interview with both runners.
And go ahead. What do you have to say from them?
Well, it was I just asked them a few questions. First off, as you guys know, this is a prize tournament. We partnered up with V or Vi. How do you pronounce VIE.GG? Anyway, we teamed up with them. They gave Spig Gaming $750 for a prize pool. The top 4 runners of this tournament will win a portion of the prize. Top prize currently being $400. I asked both of them what would they do with the money. Raikou is actually planning on getting himself an SD2 SNES cart, just so he can have the pleasure of just playing games actually on his own TV. These runs and stuff like that. I know Andy and a few others run 2D2 SNES. Breakdown actually wants to improve his stream quality with the money.
It's quite an admirable goal, and while he will get 350 rupees, that's not as good as $400, but it's close.
Well, you want to know what's better than $400?
Tell me, what's better than $400?
If 100 people, that you have to be outside the United States, sign up through v.gg, 100 people signs up, they'll add another $200 to the prize pool. So basically, we may be playing for $500 for first place. And any bets made, commissions will then go towards the prize pool. So this could easily be first place winning $1,000 or more.
Yeah, depending on how many people start betting on these matches. Again, 18 or older, residents outside the United States. Consult your local laws and all that before doing anything stupid. As speaking of stupid things, taking on these side hoppers.
He did to himself a cane of Brenna while doing so. So not the right cane we want, but
I mean, it has its uses. I mean, I believe that would open up. Opens up Spike Cave.
Spike Cave, but that's still kind of dangerous right now. With only, I think he still has 4 hearts.
4 or 5, yeah. But with Cane of Burn and full magic, you can get there and back.
I'm being told Vi rhymes with tie. Okay, so Vi.gg.
So Raikou, I believe this is a vanilla ice beam, just power bombs and a piece of heart. Breakdown going back to get his ice beam again, speaking of. And that's how it's done. Let's see what else he's deciding to do in Red Tower. Raiko. Necro01. Breakdown didn't take a death, but he was trapped behind a bomb block with no bombs. So he did have to do a hard reset.
Yeah, so he basically has to redo all of what he did. I think he lost about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's definitely not great, but Breakdown definitely a strong competitor. He's not going to let this get to him. And it doesn't matter how good he is. It depends a lot on how good his opponent is. You're not going to... He's going to make Raiko earn this victory if indeed this ends up proving costly.
Speaking of, the second... Go ahead.
He's doing pretty well for himself as he makes this wreck ship play. My bad.
As I was going to say, I did ask both runners what they felt more comfortable with. Breakdown said he felt comfortable with both of them equally, but would prefer, he feels like his Super Metroid skills is better than his Link to the Past skills. Raiko, of course, as we spoke of before, he's a Zelda randomizer runner. Doesn't matter which Zelda it is, he runs it. Did say he's more comfortable with Link to Past. So the longer they're in Super Metroid, the better the chance Breakdown kind of catches up.
That does seem to be the case, true, but when Link to the Past can get really hairy, and it can get really hairy really quickly at some points, that definitely would play more to Raiko's favor.
Yeah, no, and it looks like Breakdown's getting kind of low again.
And he is low on energy again as he makes this X-ray play.
I feel like this has been his entire run so far. Oh, Moon Pearl and X-ray!
So now he's got to get back. 69 energy and part of a reserve tank.
I was going to say, because he did check so many things, he knew what he didn't have to check and what he could check. He just went straight to X-ray, one of the only places he didn't go. So he didn't quite lose all that time, but he is he still has some catching up to do.
Oh, for sure. I mean, and there he goes, popping his reserves again. 96 energy and 36 now, and he's got to escape this room and get to somewhere where we can save it.
We really don't want to redo all of this.
I mean, he will if he has to, I know. But yeah, losing Ice Beam for a second time would be very painful. But there's an energy recharge, so he's good. Raiko does not appear to be getting a good pattern off of Phantoon.
At least he hasn't triggered Rage Mode yet.
Yes, make sure you do not use super missiles on Phantoon unless you're going to kill him. Of course, if you have a screw attack, you care about that a whole lot less, but, well, they don't have screw attack.
Super Mistress does do double damage to him, and it looks like Breakdown's about ready to make his Craig play, where he's going to get himself a Master Sword.
And that will be useful, although Raiko getting a little low on energy himself. Oh, but there's the look like he just a little short and did trigger that rage phase you were talking about. That's going to burn some time.
4 attacks while he's up there. This is about a 30 to 40 second time loss. Oh, it looks like this is more than 4 attacks.
Yeah, he is picking up a bit of energy to recover what he lost, but he's still really down. He probably only needs 1 or 2 more shots. There he goes. That's a dead ghost.
So that's 2 of the 4 bosses. Crocomire, I believe, is actually going to be required as well.
Required to get Crocomire escape for Gravity Suit, but apparently you don't necessarily need to kill Crocomire to get that.
Ooh, missing some supers there. Looks like we got our second Big Crate DLC of the race.
Taking the lizard to prom. As Raiko has turned on the wrecked ship, which means that all the spikes are also on as well. I imagine he's going to be saving before doing anything risky. This room, however, doesn't exactly constitute risky.
Ooh,
Just
all
a
that,
$5
all that for a Lincoln.
or a nickel. Yeah, not exactly worth. Hopefully, wrecked ship has some value to it somewhere.
He's about ready to go check the outside.
You got a mushroom.
Ooh,
You
fetch
want to do a
quest.
fetch quest?
Give the mushroom to old lady, get yourself a red cane.
Get something. It could be great, it could be nothing. Also, Raiko has recovered quite a bit of energy, but he's still gonna take a save before doing anything else. Cannot blame him. Because I believe this is yep, he is headed towards a spiky death room. Once he gets to it, I'm sure you'll see why it got that name.
Man, look at the spiky death room right there.
And
Ooh, and his
those
reserve
spikes
goes off.
Yeah, those spikes to a flat 100. Oh, he can't go through the platform.
He just got
However,
squished.
yes, he did, but thanks to that save, he lost all of, what, 10 seconds?
Now, is he going to try
yes,
that again?
Yes, he is. And remember, Raiko, this time, don't KO through the platform. It's bad for you.
Looks like he's...
Yeah, he lost literally 10 seconds. He's not worried about that. He's probably a little bit pissed at himself more than anything else.
Ooh, close one there, but he does make it through the spiky death room. Maybe.
He's going to use the platform to get dry and make his way up. And it's still not over. He still has a bit more exploration to do, although Space Jump is definitely going to make this last bit a lot easier. But Breakdown is going to head into a village of outcasts, it appears.
Ooh, all that only for a small shield. He's going to reset out of there.
Yep, Raiko's like, nope, I do not care about that. Beer Bonfire. Keigo is a technique where you're able to clip through the corner of a platform.
Now we're going to see what's in the chess mini game. Whole lot of nothing. Charge beam. All right, we're going to go ahead and check Thieves Town. First 4 chests, one of them has a big key. First chest was some missiles.
Yeah, so with Raikou is definitely he's definitely
Ooh, blue
lost some
potion.
of his lead, but it's not like Breakdown's completely taken over the lead from him at this point. Raikou looking to check missiles in the sky here.
Oh, he didn't get the shot off.
And it's a little bit finicky sometimes.
Three
Just the
bombs.
3 bombs.
And there's
And there's the big key for.
Sorry.
Yep. No, it's fine. And a few more power bombs for Raikou. I'm sure he'll take them. Until he finds morph ball bombs, you can never have too many power bombs.
And once again, we hear the death on Breakdown side.
Yes, that is not the good way of making the beeping to stop. But Thieves Town will do that to you, even if you've got mail. A lot of the perils in Thieves Town count as traps, so they'll set damage no matter what defensive upgrades you have.
Oh, and this is also, Thieves Town is technically the 9th dungeon of the game, so all the enemies is also do extra damage just by the fact that the game expects you to have a lot of hearts by now.
As Raikou is going bowling for soup here. Ooh, just missing the magic pixel on the Hellway. How many people fell for that little obvious lever in the corner, I wonder? Speaking of a defense, Raikou's found his blue tunic at I believe that's Wreck Ship Reserve.
I always just pulled the levers just to see what they did.
And just a big 28 gravity suit, so Wreck Ship really a bust outside of that blue tunic, unfortunately.
I don't think Breakdown did a map check before going through all of Thieves Town.
He did not, however, we can thankfully tell from the music that this is a crystal dungeon. So, what is Raikou's play? That is the big question. We know what he needs to do, X-Ray, but
I'm pretty sure
he know that that's what he needs to do.
I'm pretty sure that's like one of the few items he did not check, so he may be going there. He's going to fill up first.
And the worst play he could make would be to go to Aghanim on that Master Sword. And Breakdown realizing he does not have the key for the big chest, which means Blind either has the key for the big chest or the key is inside the big chest.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, small key can be in the big chest, in Thieves Town, and I believe Ice Palace because of how it works. But now we get my favorite part of the game, Blind's terrible puns.
The beach? I'm not sure I can make it.
Uh-oh, Raikou is going back to Link to the Past. What's he up to? Oh, he's gonna turn into Mushroom, alright. Oh, Breakdown dying to Blind. Very unfortunate. That is one of those things where if you can keep Blind in his right pattern, you'll be fine. Breakdown also still has that blue potion. He has still refused to use it.
The mushroom was only for a piece of heart.
Yeah, not exactly worth. And let's see what Raikou decides to do. Looks like a miss whistle. Back to 1. This looks like back to Business Center. So Breakdown will have to do it again, but this time off of the normal RNG.
He has to know that he didn't check X-ray. That's the only thing I can think of right now that he did not check.
Oh,
Unless he
now
plans
sees
on
it on his map, but he's gonna pop the Cane of Burna, and that'll get the job done. He's gonna use the sparkles from the Cane of Burna to do the last bits of damage. Very nice.
Well, the big key had the small key in it.
Yep, big chest had the small key. Raikou, suitless Meridia, nowhere near in logic for this. Yeah, going back to Red Tower, going back to X-Ray, and that is going to be the right call. Question is, Moon Pearl at about an hour 30. Raikou's gonna have to be feeling pretty bad that it's taken him this long to find it. Even though, all things considered, he's still in pretty good shape, as we see Swamp and Ice Palaces are our pendants. Important crystals are Skullwoods and Turtle Rock.
So we're still need to find the Ice Rod. We're still going to need to find possibly another medallion or two, and the Cane of Burna is still in needs to be found.
The Cane of Samaria.
Samaria, sorry.
So, Ice Rod, Cane of Samaria, I believe, Ice Rod, Cane of Samaria, and Hookshot.
And one of them is on pedestal. Raikou is going to see that he just found the Moon Pearl. Now, mind you, he has cleared basically half of the requirements for Super Metroid right now.
Yeah,
he probably...
In terms of things completed, he's still up 4-3 in terms of required bosses killed. And Plasma is going to definitely be a help against the other two. Well, at the very least against Ridley, if he needs to. Dragon, he's probably just going to use the grapple strat if he finds grapple. But I expect he will be doing some checks back in Link to the Past now as we find another reserve tank in K45.
Now, right now, Raikou should be running to Link to Past. He knows he can clear 2 of the dungeons at least. He doesn't know if they're crystals or not.
I mean, he'll find out pretty quickly, and it looks like he's going straight there. And there's the Cane of Samaria on old Stumpy.
Oof. Now, basically, almost everything's opened up to Breakdown right now. He's missing Hookshot and Ice Rod, but he can clear Skull Woods. He can clear Pod if he wanted to.
And he's hoping that he can find some answers at Hype Cave. So you can see Raikou making his way to Business Center. He's going right back to Link to the Past. And I imagine an immediate fluke to 3 to check some Dark World stuff. Meanwhile, Hype Cave, we have the Bloomerang. A nickel, a piece of heart, a pack of supers, and a red rupee.
2 out of 10. Give me a real Hype Cave.
RaikouRider took the Eastern Palace portal. He's making an immediate pod play. Very interesting.
He's doing this in dungeon order, it looks like. So far, he's cleared Eastern.
Oh, yeah, he cleared Eastern, then Desert, then Tower of Hera. You're right.
He has to be careful, though. He gets sneezed on. He is going back to the Light World.
And speaking of, Breakdown's just picked up his silver arrows. Raikou does have 2 blue potions if he needs to use them, and he can also take an intentional death as soon as he gets into Pod to refill most of his health. And Breakdown, oh right, he is he's using this path to be able to check a Pyramid because he does not have the hook shot.
So Pod has 5 possible items and a whole bunch of keys.
Yep, Palace of Darkness, the Mullet Dungeon, Business in the front, Party in the back.
Oh, he's taking the Death Warp to get all of his hearts back here.
At least most of them, as just an E-Tank on the Pyramid Ledge. I mean, he'll take it. He only had like 4. Actually, probably he had 3, I think.
I think he had 2, to be honest, but...
Oh, entirely. He didn't have many, is what I'm getting at. And this is a catfish check.
This seed has been void of life.
Well, I mean, actually, it's very good routing. Breakdown can combo this catfish check into a Zora check as well. That's really good routing on his part, because he's put off Zoras for so long. Now he can combo this normally huge out-of-the-way check that you never want to do into 4 checks that are really easily incentivized.
Now, if catfish has nothing, we know this whole thing is for naught.
But at the same time, the fact that he's able to check 5 locations in one fell swoop, including one of them that's terrible, in this case happens to have just $100. I mean, the routing is solid. Oh, there's a hook shot.
Pod. Raiko making the good call there, going to Pod. He's still missing Charge Beam, but he'll get that when he gets to the Village of Outcasts.
Yeah, there's no way he's missing that. And that's going to be a good and bad thing. On one side, he knows that it's not going to get missed. On the other side, he knows that it's not going to be missed. That said, if he happens to find an X-ray scope somewhere along the way, we're going to have some fried shrimp on the menu tonight.
Now I'm hungry.
You should have eaten before the race, man. That's on you.
But I wanted to have some nice cooked animals at the end of this race.
Yes, Draco, our tracker, also pointing out that Grapple Beam would lead to fried shrimp. Breakdown also making the trip to Pod. He can also combo this into an Eastern play if he wants to, and it'll pay off handsomely for him, if that's the case. In any case, Raiko heading towards the back. The Dark Maze, the Horseshoe, the Harmless Hellway.
Ooh, Raiko didn't pick up silvers whenever he went into Pod, so he's not going to be able to one-shot the King when he gets to him.
Yeah, he will not be able to do King Helmasaur, but everything else he won't have any problems with. Finds the big key in the Harmless Hellway, but he'll have to get a key out of the Horseshoe in order to We'll have to get the key out of the Horseshoe in order to actually get those 3 items.
Grapple Beam!
Grapple.
We're going to have some fried shrimp tonight, folks.
Raiko is, for sure. So, Raiko still with a little bit of a lead, but it is starting to shrink a little. Not necessarily worse gameplay, just a bit of sequencing that a Breakdown's been able to really leverage in his favor. As we find the Quake Medallion, Raiko did a map check. He knows that both Misery Mire and Turtle Rock are required.
And we have 2 of the 3 possibilities for them.
That said, there's still a 5 in 9 chance that he needs that Ether Medallion. And if Breakdown does not do Eastern, then that Plasma Beam is also going to have some advantages for Raiko later on. One other thing of note is Breakdown has the Can Samaria, so he'll just be able to lay a Samaria block here. as opposed to having to push the statue.
That saves about 3 seconds.
Yeah, a little bit of time, but I mean, it's time that he's picking up that Raikou probably does not feel like he can afford to lose.
I feel like after we get done with Pod, Raikou is going to grab his ag arrows.
Cancer Mario was on Old Stumpy, Draco. And Breakdown has his hook shot.
Oh, Raikou miscounted his keys! Oh no!
Oh, that's not good. So he'll have to figure out where he lost that key and pick it back up. That's more time bleeding away. Oh, I know exactly where it was too.
But Breakdown better be careful.
Yeah, he on half a heart again.
This has been Breakdown's story of this race.
Yeah, he's just been out of health the whole time.
Oh, he's going to have to dodge the anti-fairy real fast.
And then dodge another one on the return trip. Thankfully, deaths in Link to the Past are a lot less costly than Super Metroid.
However, Breakdown, I believe, has died, I think, 3 unintentional deaths so far?
2 or 3, yeah.
Raikou didn't forget the key. He just wanted full health.
Clearly. But, also, Breakdown, if he's able to get through this Dark Maze damage list, will pay off handsomely because then he can just immediately Death Warp out.
He has to be careful.
In which case, this becomes brilliant.
One of those fires might hit him by accident when he's not expecting it.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful here.
Ooh,
that was close. But it looks like he is through.
I keep on imagining that college humor Zelda video. Could you hear that sound?
As RaikouRider deals with the University of Maryland Terrapins room.
So there's a lot of talk in the chat about what they will add to this current combo randomizer. And my third question I did ask both the runners, the final question I did ask, was what would they add to this? Let me go ahead and double check. I know Raikou wants an randomizer and a key sanity mode for this.
Oh goodness, key sanity's bad enough. How do you make key sanity in Super Metroid? Do you have different door requirements or something?
No. The keys can spawn in Super Metroid. Like Gaines Cow or Big Key might be behind Shackbot.
Oh, Shack Tool GT Big Key? No, that's just evil.
Breakdown wants a Triforce Hunt, which I think it would be cool if there was like let's say a combo Triforce Hunt / Artifact Hunt. You know, like the artifacts from like Super Metroid. But like,
that would be kind of cool. And you gotta get so many from each game.
Yeah, 20 Triforces and then 10 artifacts. Yeah,
that might work. That would be kind of cool, honestly. As Raikou's got his third crystal, and Breakdown very quickly on his way to his fourth, as he deals with the Maryland room. So I'm curious as to what Raikou's plan is from here. He might be checking Catfish because I'm not sure he's ever going to have a better time to do so than right now.
I feel like he needs to go south and check, get his silvers, and make his way to the Outcast. That'll be the most possible items for him to find right now.
And that is true, and it looks like he's going to pick up his silvers before anything else. It's a reasonable call. He knows they're there.
Like, I mean,
And from there, he can
Catfish
flip
is
to wherever
all
he
the
wants.
Catfish is out of its way for one item. Village of Outcasts is right next to both Skull Woods and Thieves Town, which he knows are crystal dungeons. So he'll probably do Skull Woods first, just because he's doing them in dungeon order for some weird reason. And then he'll go to Thieves Town. He can full clear both of them real fast, just bang bang.
And that is interesting, but at the same time,
It looks like he is going back north
several times by Catfish having a very important item, and this is the least inopportune time he'll have to check it. So why not just get it out of your system now? Or maybe he has something else in mind?
Oh, he hasn't checked Pyramid yet.
So, alright, so he'll get the E-Tank off of Pyramid as well. And then it'll be interesting to see his choice there.
Looks like Breakdown is going to do a pet check.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's just...
No,
yeah, he...
Not yet. What he'll probably do is he'll do Skull Woods, and he'll do a ped check on the back end of Skull Woods. Because it spits you out right in front of where you would check the Master Sword pedestal.
Right now, the only thing that would be painful for it to be on pedestal would be
Ice Rod.
Ice Rod. Wasn't Misery Mire a crystal?
Misery Mire is a pendant.
Okay, I thought it was a crystal for some reason.
No, Swamp and Misery Mire are the Dark World pendants. It could also be Varia on the pedestal. That would be Trolly. Raiko's gonna check some overworld locations on the way to Village of Outcasts. He's gonna get rid of Clifftop Cave and King's Tomb on the way. This is just good general overworld routing on his part.
Only some leftover riches from the king.
And a Breakdown being forced to go in the Room of Requirement. Because this can only be a small key in that chest. Let's see if the Clifftop Cave is any kinder for Raiko.
This has been a very ammo heavy. Oh, screw attack!
I'd say that's worth his while. It's not required, but boy, is that a nice thing to find.
Would you say that screw attack is a top 10? For some death battle?
It's decent.
It's
certainly... Go ahead.
Half magic in Skull Woods there.
And
right next to full magic.
I believe that's the big key chest. Bumper Cave. Oh, Tempered Sword on Bumper Cave. Well then.
Now, they don't actually have to go for that, but I'm sure if Cape is found in like the next, 30 minutes or so, Raiko might make a quick run for that.
Oh, for sure.
I don't see Raiko running for that, like, if he's in go mode.
Oh, no. Master Sword Silvers, he's done that several times before. He is going to duck into Skull Woods as well. He might do his pet check on the way back. And then he'll be quickly into Thieves Town and he'll find all the goodies in there.
I'm still surprised with how low life they have right now.
Yeah, where are all the heart containers? 7 is not a lot, even with Blue Mail. And Breakdown's gonna have
that's what 2 hits from Ganon.
Careful.
That's 2 hits from Ganon right there on Raiku's side.
Yeah,
that's one. That's one hug from Ganon on Breakdown side. They're going to want to find those mails so soon if they don't find the heart containers.
Yeah, they gotta find something. And half magic is going to be very helpful for Breakdown being able to use that fire rod to a great effect.
And he still has his potions. He still has the potion he's been hoarding.
Yeah, he's been hoarding it. Hopefully he still remembers that he has it.
Oh, as he almost takes a death from that mini Helmasaur right there.
Got around it, got the key and another heart, so he's got 3 to play with. And live from Skull Woods and Public Radio International, it's the Moth Radio Hour.
He's missing a lot of shots right now.
I mean, with half magic, he can afford to miss a few more. He just needs to make sure he doesn't knock Mothula into the spikes, because that negates all the damage he deals.
Ooh, that was a really close squeeze he just had there with the spikes. Oh,
really close squeeze, and now he is going to pop that blue potion. I like that play.
I mean, he's been holding it through like 5 other deaths.
Yeah, he's held it for like an hour and a half, and that's the end of the Moth Radio Hour.
For like another 2 minutes.
Sounds about right. And let's see if Breakdown decides to do a ped check. I mean, he's right here. Why wouldn't you? He's going to do it.
All right, come on. Ice Rod on pedestal.
Just couch cash. Just move along.
I do believe I called that before this race started.
You did call that. You did call that. I will give you that. That's
what 2 races now in the row on this channel that I called the pedestal. I'm a psychic. I'm going to leave the commentary now. Go buy $50 in lottery tickets and
just make sure you don't buy from your own store. That's illegal.
I haven't been a gas station attendant for years.
Fair enough. The RaikouRider also taking on the Moth. And that is a textbook Mothula kill there. Very nicely done.
Now, Raikou's going to go ahead and make quick work of Thieves Town.
And Breakdown, it looks like, is heading towards Dark Death Mountain. So there's a Super Bunny Cave. There's Hookshot Cave.
We're going to see what's on Turtle Rock.
You're going to see what's on Turtle Rock. And there's also Spike Cave. So that's 7 items he can pick up.
Oh no, he doesn't have mitts!
No Titan's mitts! Right, we're missing that. That's kind of important. So anyway, now talking about things that aren't that. Breakdown's going back to Super Metroid.
Yeah, he still has Fantoon, all Rex ships to check.
Oh, yeah, he's just gonna do a hard reset because it saves the game at the transition, so that's just a really quick way to get back to his ship.
Uh-oh, Nick. We're getting a call for Titan Mix on Shack Tool.
Oh, good grief. Also, you know something else that Raikou has bemoaned not having and still doesn't have? High jump boots.
Well, he does screw attack, so that kind of helps him out a bit.
Yeah, and Breakdown making his way over, and he's gonna... It looked like he was gonna try and set up an Ocean Fly, maybe he just had the room wrong? Because this room that you have to set up the Shine Spark for, right?
Raikou's going to pick up his cane right now.
He's gonna pick up Charge here in the brewery.
Oh, Charge, and Kane was...
Kane's on Old Stumpy.
Yeah. I got them both mixed up there.
It's fine. I mean, there's 269 item locations in Link to the Past. You're forgiven for mixing up 1 or 2 of them.
There's 369 locations altogether.
That is very true.
So I'm pretty sure Raikou's going to do a quick clear of this. With this, he'll basically be on a 2-boss lead.
Yeah, he'll be on a 2-boss lead, and they'll be trying to see. Also, Raiko with the screw attack that Breakdown doesn't.
I'm sure.
Yeah, Raiko at this. I mean, the cane is the only thing he doesn't. Breakdown's got that. Raiko doesn't. And he's gonna pick that up if he goes around the horn. So yeah, Raiko's still with a pretty decent lead here.
Yeah, that soft lock that Breakdown had really put him back a bit.
C. Fenwich. This is the Super Metroid Link to the Past combo randomizer. We took both games, smushed them together like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and now we have this adorable mess.
I always like did you ever see that old Reese's commercial? You got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
That's a little bit before my time, I think.
I get
where you're getting at.
You know, we got a little bit of Zelda and some Super Metroid. We got a little bit of Super Metroid and some Zelda, and we got the Reese's of combo randomizer.
Except that Reese's are delicious and peanut butter jelly is crap.
Yeah, why did you go with the peanut butter jelly reference?
I don't know. But Breakdown with the Ocean Fly, totally unnecessary swag. But this wreck ship will be blue mail and a bunch of nothing for Breakdown. It will be another boss kill at the very least.
There is another blue potion here. He may go for the blue potion just to have a blue potion.
And Raiko still has both of his blues, the one that he picked up and the one that he filled at the Waterfall of Wishing.
Yeah, he decided not to grab the blue that was in the wreck ship just to save himself some time.
Yeah, that was Spiky Death Room. Right, sorry, that was a Pond Fly that Breakdown did. Now he's trying to set up for Ocean Fly. And Raiko being forced to burn one of those potions early.
He has almost 1,000 rupees. He can go to the Witch's Hut any time to buy as many as he wants.
That's very true.
And he also has a bug catching net, so if he does find a random fairy, he can go ahead and get himself a second life.
Oh, I just realized something. Breakdown with the Cane of Samaria and the mushroom he finds in here, he'll be able to fake powder to get the Mad Batter's item. Once he finds Titan's Mitts, of course.
Yeah, I think right now, Titan Mitts and Ice Rod are going to be the go mode items right now.
Yeah, that's a pretty good call. Just you're running out of spaces you can really check.
I mean,
so it's gonna be who makes the right gambles where.
They could possibly go to the mire through Super Metroid and do a quick mire check.
Yeah, thing is, I mean, that requires getting to Lower Norfair, which logically requires Averia. But Raiko's got his 4th crystal in Super Metroid. Breakdown fighting the big ghost, having a bit of trouble with him. Ghost again not playing kind.
So now we're on the hunt for the mitts. Oh, Raiko's going to go ahead and check the sea house.
He's going to finish out the rest of this villager outcast check, because he just only checked the stuff on the left side.
He can still do digging game. He can dive into swamp, even though it's a pendant, he can dive into it.
And yeah, swamp is full clearable, and it's 6 items. It's a really bad choice, but he might not think there are any better ones.
I mean, yesterday's showcase race, everyone assumed the pendant dungeons was a bad choice. like avoided them for like 2 hours. Then finally, people started doing them because Flippers was on ped.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. Granted, he knows that Ped's not the problem here, but you never know sometimes.
Well, he's checked half of Super Metroid. He's checked almost every checkable location in
And
Hyrule
honestly, given that how Raiko feels his strength is linked to the past, he would be well served to leverage that to make checks in places that are hard in Super Metroid that Breakdown is going to avoid. So after he gets this cane and does Hype Cave, he might go to Swamp Palace then and there because
Yeah,
it's right there.
he's right there, and I mean Swamp, even though it is a pain in the butt to get all the switches on and stuff, isn't that big of a dungeon, and it does have a lot of items in there. If he's lucky enough to find the 6 items, just knowing that Argus has the 3rd dungeon item, he may just he just knows he doesn't have to finish Argus.
Oh, he's gonna take this Bombos as well. That's another place that we didn't consider.
There's also the other medallion up on Hera.
Yeah, we know that's just a piece of part. Both our runners looked at it.
I was out.
They didn't have the fighter sword. They only had fire sword, so they couldn't get it. But the book lets them see what it is.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. I stepped out for a bit. I must have missed that.
It's okay. So Raiko heading to Hype Cave, and let's see. It looked like he was about to go into Swamp, so that may be his play.
I mean, if Ice Rod is in Swamp and so is Mitz, I mean,
like if Mitz, Ice Rod, or Varia's in Swamp, it's an amazing play.
If all three
are in there, that's game over. I'd say it right there. I'd say if even 2 of them are in Swamp, that's probably game over. Breakdown also going to take a save before attempting Spiky Death Room. And yep, Raiko's making the play into Swamp.
Now, Raiko does have silver, so if there is I am on Argus, it wouldn't be that bad of a kill.
No, it would not.
So at most, Raiko's just risking 5 minutes.
And he's risking about 5 minutes if this is completely nothing, but I highly doubt this is going to not have any of the required items.
We may also find Ether.
And Breakdown taking a death as well. And thankfully he did save, so again, he loses all about 10 seconds. But yes, Spiky Death Room living up to its name for both of our runners today.
Yeah, no, there's only like 2 or 3 items you need in Super Metroid Randomizer to just get to the end. Adding Zelda to it makes it a more full clearable game because you need to check as many things in Super Metroid to find items and Link to Past. Breakdown about ready to lose another life here to Spiky Death Room.
Thankfully gets around it, and Raiko thankfully not flooding the key here in Swamp. And that Breakdown is almost certainly not going to take this blue potion and risk having to get all the way back on 34 energy and a reserve.
Oh, he's going to check the shield first.
Oh, right, it was just a shield. It wasn't. The blue potion was somewhere else.
Hoyt mess.
C1R's fine. Sure, I mean, it's a hard game, but
Oh, it's
like,
super hard. You have to know
the amount
every
of things
single
that
secret cave in that game.
I
Good
mean, with
thing-
the tracker, it's not that bad, honestly.
Good thing I played Hyrule Warrior, so I knew all the secrets I never knew as a kid.
Yeah, I mean, playing Zelda 1 basically showed you where all the secrets were in Hyrule Warriors. It's a fun little Easter egg once I realized it.
Yeah, no, Hyrule Warriors, when you're going through adventure mode, every time you open up a secret passage, I'm like, what? That was there the whole time? Blew my mind. And I only started playing Hyrule Warriors a year ago.
Yeah, honestly, as long as you didn't as long as you didn't shuffle the secret spots in Zelda 1, it's a fine randomizer. There's a reason they've been having tournaments with I think their last one had 96.
It's still ongoing, isn't it?
Yeah, they're I believe they're doing losers semis tomorrow. Meanwhile, Raiko continuing to go through Swamp Palace. Hasn't found anything great yet.
He's going to check left side, though. There's a couple items over here.
And these are items that really you don't want to you really don't want to have to go out of your way to get, but it's one of those things where you just
Any progression here.
You need progression, and you need it wherever you can get it.
Like, if he finds Ice Rod here and Breakdown finds Mitz somewhere else, Breakdown may never come here to find Ice Rod.
Well, I mean, Ice Rod on its own isn't of any use yet until he finds Titan's Mitz, because you need that to get into Turtle Rock as well.
Really empty.
Yeah, it's really not paid off yet. I'm not even sure RaikouRider's found the big key yet.
Big key may be on Argus. He may have to do a double dip. Or is it possible? I believe it's also possible for the big key to be on itself.
I think so. In Skullwood or Swamp Palace.
Yeah, because there's no big key
he doesn't
door.
have a big key.
Yeah, there's no big key door, so it's also possible that the big key chest also has the big key in it.
Thing is, he also hasn't found map or compass yet either. I imagine if he finds the last, he must have some item left, because if there were no items left, he would just have left. I think
there's two more chests down here.
Yeah, 2 chests down there. The waterfall chest and then Argus. So one of these has to have an item. So there's big key, map, compass. There are 2 items left somewhere.
Oh, we're going to see 2 right now.
Red Ruby is 1, maps the other. So
we got Wildfire Cave and Argus left.
Yeah, Waterfall, Big Key, and Argus. Yeah. Waterfall chest is Titan's Mitz.
Oh, and he's out of there. That's all he wanted to check. He's out of there.
Oh, more than that, he knows that that's the last item.
Yeah, because either Big Key was on Argus or Compass was on Argus, and vice versa for the big chest.
Yep. So Raiko now with a huge advantage. Let's see where he wants to go with it.
He's going Ice Pilots. I can tell you that right now. Oh no, he's checking Meyer.
Is Misery Meyer, but this may be a shed check more than anything else. The shed and the checkerboard cave. And this is 3 free items. He's gonna just take a peek, Quake to get into Meyer if he needs it.
There's only a few items in there. Hopefully, we don't need to double dip both Pendant Dungeons, or not double dip, but dip.
Yeah, Ice Rod and Go mode for to the past, and there's X-Ray. Raiko's got himself a microwave. Alveoli, Screw Attack is not in logic for normal mode because you'll never be required to do heat runs, not even the check on GT Screw. He could check it, but it's not in logic.
Raiko has to feel like he's in a big lead right now.
And maybe. I mean, finding Mitts there definitely is helpful to him.
Is he going to Meyer? Oh,
he's gonna check Meyer. Very interesting. I think he's just leveraging. I'm going to check the places that I think Breakdown won't. I think that's his play here.
Oh, that's a good play, though. I mean, it makes sure he, as long as he knows that the pendant dungeons are fur cleared. I mean, Ice Rod could very well be in here.
Ice Rod could be in here. Varia could be in here. And let's see what Breakdown decides what he wants to do.
Just trigger the guards.
Yeah, he wants to get the guards. All right.
You know, Raiko can also check Blacksmith. Oh, he's going to do some fake powdering.
Oh, yeah, Breakdown is going for the fake powder glitch.
And then Raiko also has Lunchbox after Blacksmith's.
Yeah, he can go around the horn. Breakdown using the Cane of Burna to zero out his magic. That's an interesting way to do it.
Why not use the Fire Rod and just spam it?
I'm not sure, but he's got his reasons, I'm sure. Yep, there's the cane to empty out, cash in that mushroom. Oh! There we go.
There you go.
And the Mad Batter has for us today
a small shield.
Fisher Price shield. As Raiko's found his big key in Misery Mire.
If he wants, he could go get himself a rich shield now. He just has to go to Spiky Death Cave again.
Yeah, I don't think he's interested. Necra, I don't think Microwave works on Ridley. I believe it's only Phantoon, Dragon, Crocomire, and Batwoon.
We're going to check some Firelock checks here in Meyer.
He may also head to Cutscene Chest as well.
Yeah, I gotta make sure he gets all the items. I don't think there's that many items in Meyer.
There are 2.
Yeah, so the Red Rupee was 1.
As soon as he finds second item, he's going to leave, I'm sure. Breakdown using a green potion to restore his magic from the Mad Batter trick, and then buys 2 blues. And let's see where he's headed.
Is he going? Does he forget that he doesn't have mitts?
Hopefully not. Or he may be using this to check Business Center. No. What is this play? Is he... No, he's not going for the piece of heart on the Ether Tablet, is he? What else does he have?
I don't think he knows what to do.
He's got Burn a Spike Cave. This is a Spike Cave check. And you need to load back up on magic in order to be able to use the Cane of Burna here.
Looks like Raiko decided finding Vitreous would be faster than doing the cutscene chest.
Either that or, oh no. He's found everything, so... So one of these, I guess, has... Oh no! Vitreous has to have the small key to get to the cutscene chest.
Oh, that's trolly.
It's incredibly trolly. He's got to hope that the last chest is worth his while, because Breakdown's probably headed the swamp.
Yeah, about 15 minutes too late there.
Oh, 15 minutes later. I'm not sure that it's too late, given that it's, I believe, the only place he has he can check.
Now he's going to check the tablet first.
Right, he's going to make that, he's going to check that as well, same as Raiko did. I mean, there's no reason not to.
This is going to be a fast, victorious fight, though. About 10 arrows for a perfect fight here, and he has 55.
Yeah, this should not be that hard. Just has to dodge some lightning.
Oh, well, a couple of misses there.
I mean, he's got arrows to spare. Nice, avoiding the lightning.
Oh! Oh!
Half a heart.
That was almost bad. That was almost very bad for Raikou.
Keyword almost. I'm sure he knew exactly how much. I mean, he knew that lightning bolt would deal 2 damage. He was on 2.5 hearts. I guarantee you, he knew to pop a potion as soon as he took that hit. If he hadn't set that up.
I made some diamonds right there. I'm not going to lie.
So that will give him a small key. He needs to check this last chest, and if this is a required item, either Ice Rod or Varia, oh baby.
No, if this isn't, he's basically blown most of his lead if Breakdown never checks Meyer.
That is very true, but I'm just trying to think. At that point, he just goes to Ice Pal. No, Ice. Oh wait, Ice Pal's the other pendant. Calling it right now. If it's not here, it's
I thought. Yeah, I thought earlier. I said Misery Meyer had Crystal. I was like, I could have sworn I saw it that way.
Or he could gamble on Turtle Rock having the Ice Rod, because that's 6 items.
Well,
the problem is if he gambles and he's wrong, then that's a huge waste of time.
Yeah, no, if Ice Rod is in Turtle Rock, that would be good mode, but then we'll still need to find Varia.
Yeah, Various Suit. And we know that Various Suit can't be in Ganon's Tower because the game will never require you to finish one over the other.
Only missiles.
Ugh. So now a huge decision for RaikouRider. Does he go to Turtle Rock and gamble on 6 items, or does he go to Ice Palace with 3 items, but something in the randomizer loves putting it there?
There is the fact that we know Crocomire did have Gravity Suit. He may have other items in his area.
It's possible. It looks like Raikou's going to go around the horn to put off this decision as long as he can. So he'll do Blacksmiths, he'll do Purple Chest, and he'll do Hammerpeg Cave, and also do Mad Batter. We know Mad Batter's nothing, but the other 3 could pay off. Yeah, Sage, they do have more than enough energy for heat runs. The problem is heat runs can never be in logic. So that can not lead to Varia, or it definitely can't lead to Varia, at least. So Hammer Cave has high jump boots. Alright, that's something. Raikou is like, well, at least I found them this time. Oh, chat also pointing out that Dark Death Mountain hasn't been checked because for the longest time, neither of them had Titan's Mitts. Breakdown just got his.
I'm sure that might be
6 more items he can look.
Yeah, between that and most of Turtle Rock, that's a big chunk of items right there.
Yeah, it is. So Raikou is gonna now take the Purple Chest over, and he'll use the flute to speed that up quite a bit. And from there, he will probably make the Dark Death Mountain play as Breakdown Oh, is Breakdown going to do the same Mire check that Raikou did?
Well, it's not a check, it's a required dungeon.
Oh, right. Mire is required. You're right.
I usually
Some reason I thought that Mire was the pendant and not Ice
yeah,
Palace.
the tracker had the pendant on there for a while, and I thought I saw a pendant on Meyer. Not a pendant on Meyer, but a diamond on Meyer, and yeah, Crystal.
So Raikou is making that Dark Death Mountain check, so there's 6 items he'll be able to find here.
If he
Plus
finds
Spike Caves if he goes there.
if he finds a ice rod on his way up this mountain or into a rock, we are in gold mode.
Probably the best thing for him to find would be Turtle Rock requires ether to get in. That would be quite the deterrent from trying to make his way in. He'll probably open up Turtle Rock and then check Hookshot Cave. Yeah, he's gonna open up Turtle Rock, check Hookshot and Hookshot and Super Bunny Cave, and then maybe consider Spike Cave on his way. There's no reason not to at least check Hookshot after you open
it's
up
ether for Turtle Rock.
Raikou is probably really glad that it's ether, because that means that he can put that off for a little longer. So he'll do Super Bunny Cave first, and then come back up for Hookshot.
Red Mail, we got some defense going on here.
And with still only 7 heart containers and only 6 for Breakdown, that defense is very, very appreciated, I am sure.
Oh yeah, now they can take a couple more hits from Ganon. Not too many.
Yeah, not too many, but let's see if Hookshot Cave has any help.
And another unintentional death from Breakdown, I believe.
I mean, his inexperience, let's call it, with like the past is becoming obvious, but I'm sure he'll get better as time goes on.
Oh yeah, no, and the lack of hearts. Like, this is probably the first race or run I've ever done where life has just been so sparse.
Yeah, I mean, life's just been incredibly sparse, you are right. And RaikouRider is going to check Spike Cave before getting off of Death Mountain. So the natural question, what's next? Do you do Ice Palace, or does High Jump Boots open enough stuff in Super Metroid that you're willing to go there?
I will go ahead and, because you dipped Swamp Palace, I will go ahead and dip Ice Palace, because there is actually a good decent amount of items in Ice Palace to check.
And there's only 3 items in Ice Palace, and it's a really long dungeon to do, even with the bomb jump. 8-bit, yes, they can force you to do some dungeons swordless. There are a couple that you need a sword for, though. Oh, and Breakdown taking another death.
That might have been more intentional, because, yeah, that might have been...
Oh, Raikou's making the play to Pendant Ice Palace. And I have a thing about Pendant Ice Palace.
Every time you don't check it early, all your progression items are in there?
More that there is nothing in the logic of... There's nothing in the program of the randomizer that says that Ice Palace should have progression, and yet all the time it has progression.
I mean, if we find Ether in here, that opens up all Turtle Rock. We find, I don't know, Varia in here?
Yeah, Varia opens up. Varia is the big thing that's locking Super Metroid right now. If he finds Varia, that opens up all of SM.
There's Ether!
Alright, so that's one. So at least a partial TR dip was required, and Raikou is out the door. He is going to gamble that lightning will not strike twice in Ice Palace.
Well, gravity is
And-
at the end of Crocomire. So there still might be some IMs in the Crocomire area if logically they want you to beat Crocomire to get through the Crocomire
Thing is,
escape.
that's all very locked.
So what you're thinking is Varia and Turtle Rock.
Oh, the Force
Gravity-
Turtle Rock double dip? Maybe.
And this seed has been
he's
quite
out of
trolly so
overworld
far.
Locations to look at.
Yeah, King's Tomb was just some inheritance money.
Yeah, it was nickel, I believe.
At 20. I don't. I'm one of those guys that I don't mean to correct people. Like I've been told I'm a
No,
rude
it's fine.
person when I do that.
I was just correcting for inflation from when he died.
Oh, okay. Now it's worth that. Yeah, no, I'm very Sheldon-like when it comes to like what things were. Like, I believe that was a 20. So we're going to go into Turtle Rock.
This is always a little bit of a gamble, but it's a gamble you gotta make at some point.
This could also be like Ice Rod early on in the dungeon with Varia on Trinex.
Yeah, I mean, Ice Rod early with Varia on Trinex, it's entirely possible, and then Raikou's in straight go mode. Like, 221, we only need 2 items, and there are 6 inside Turtle Rock plus Mimic Cave.
Of course, because this can also be the 6 heart containers we've been looking all over for.
I mean, that just says you gotta find somewhere in SM to go. Honestly, the only way this play really bites Raikou is if Varia or Ice Rod were deeper in Ice Palace, and the odds of that are so low. But something about this randomizer loves to make the laws of probability take a nap.
Got some Burna dash in there.
And the item dashes are probably my favorite thing that they patched out in the American version of the game. Kind of unfortunate. But a breakdown with his silver arrows. He's at 2 hearts, not 2.5. It's a very big difference if he gets zapped.
Oh, no, he did fast enough that we didn't have to worry about getting zapped.
Hero cycle, nice. And now he will have to go and double dip in order to get an item.
Now, but does he though? Oh, I guess he does. But like in his shoes, he had a 20-minute loss with a soft lock, and he's had a handful of unintentional deaths. I mean, when do you start making plays like, okay, I need to try and do something crazy here to try and catch up?
I mean, that Ice Rod was a bit of a play, and unless you're thinking of something that's completely crazy, like doing Suitless Meridia completely out of logic.
I mean, you know, he has to think that with that 20-minute soft lock that he ended up doing in a all those deaths. I mean, you have to feel like if you're in Breakdown shoes, okay, I am probably at worst 30 minutes behind right now.
And the thing is, I don't think he is. I don't think he's that far behind. I think he's behind, but it's probably more on the stage of 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, no, like we can see that, but I'm talking more in like his shoes right now.
I suppose the big question is, how much do you think your play has affected the how much do you think your play has affected the time? Like, if you think you're so much better, then maybe you have that and you're like, okay, I'm still probably about even. Like, you need a lot to understand both how good you are and how good your opponent is at various aspects of the game. So here's Raiko in Mimic Cave.
Showing them some hammer time.
Oh, that's, well, it's not required, but it's certainly a good thing to find. There's Morph Ball bombs in Mimic Cave. That's a pretty nice meme. But still, Turtle Rock coming up a nothing burger so far. There's still Laser Bridge to potentially bail him out, but otherwise, oof.
I mean, if he finds Ice Rod still, I mean, that's still Trinex can also have something too, maybe.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, it's getting less and less likely. Now we have Breakdown doing these overworld checks that Raiko did. It's a little bit of time Raiko's going to get back, but still.
Raiko gained the big magic there.
Full magic refill, pick up 2 more hearts as well.
He's probably going to run out the door for the safety.
He might not. He's got Cane of Burna.
Compass in the first chest. We know one of these chests also has to be a key. There's the key, so these are
2 live items. He needs one of them to hit. There's the map. That's not it.
So there's an item on Trinex.
There's an item on Trinex, and he can't get there. So that is a huge time loss for Raiko. That's about 5 minutes completely wasted. Because he's going to have to go all the way through... Turtle Rock again, whereas Breakdown is likely going to single segment it. But no, because Turtle Rock is a 5/6 crystal. He can't even do a double-chested fairy. So, is he doing catfish now? Raiko already killed Argus Necro Zero. So Raiko's doing catfish, and that's not going to pay off. He did do all of Swamp Palace. Dude, this is a catfish check that will get him nothing. At this point, our runners really have to rack their brains as to what to do. Right, he mirrored out before Argus, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, because Argus and the big chest had the big key and the compass. Hey, we've seen all the items in Swamp. I'm 90% sure of that. I find it highly unlikely they would have missed that. So Raiko is going back into ice and probably hating himself.
Chat's guessing Ice Rod is on the boss on... I can't think of the boss's name right now.
Cold Stare.
Cold Stare.
Yeah, Cold Stare with an H.
Which would be very thematic if the Ice Rod was there.
Yeah, that's definitely true. His Breakdown is going to cash in the lunchbox for $50, and let's see where he goes here. If he goes to Ice Palace, and he is not, but if he does go to Ice Palace, then he would be pretty much level with Raikou. Trying to think of what hasn't been checked yet. Pyramid Fairy has not been checked because Turtle Rock is a 5/6 crystal. They can't get to it. Oh, Breakdown never checked Lumberjack Cave. So Raikou will be setting up for this long bomb jump. And it looks like Breakdown is now going to do the East Death Mountain play.
So what do you think Raikou is hoping more of right now? Vario Suit or Ice Rod? Because Vario Suit opens up a lot of, well, not quite a lot of Super Metroid. Well, basically the rest of Super Metroid now, actually. And Ice Rod only really opens up Trinex right now.
Honestly, he probably the best thing for him would be to find Ice Rod here and then Varia on Trinex. Because then he can just go mode the rest of the seed. But he needs to find Ice Rod to kill Trinex, and I'm knowing him, he certainly would rather look through the few places that Varia can be instead of the many places. Oh, there's Varia. So Raikou is
both Ether and Varia in Ice
some
Palace.
frustration slashes and some frustration bombs, and I'm pretty sure that was a miss mirror. But he's gonna roll with it.
He's more in no mode right now, right? For Super Metroid, he knows where the Gravity Suit is.
Yeah, he knows where Gravity Suit is. He's probably going. He's probably going straight to Lower Norfair. But because I'm pretty sure there aren't any item checks in Lower Norfair that he can really skip. Everything that he would check is just in the way.
Where's he going?
Where is he going? It's Miss Flute, apparently?
Oh, no, he's going to Business Center.
Oh, okay, yeah. He's decided that business is the better play for him.
Yeah, he's going to go to Crocomire and get Gravity.
Yeah. Breakdown finding out the ether's required to get into Turtle Rock. So he's almost certainly going to make the play over towards Ice Palace.
Oh, he still hasn't done Eastern yet.
It is true, but that's only 2 items. So Raikou starting off checking Ice Beam, hoping to get lucky quick.
Oh, looks like Breakdown's going back into... Oh, no, he's going to get a health refill real fast.
Yeah. And it's going to be interesting to see where he tries to go from there. But yeah, Raikou is going to be kicking himself if the Ice Rod is the 3rd item in Ice Palace, and Breakdown's making the play. So let's see if he also makes the play to flute out as soon as he gets the first item.
We got the piece of heart on the top of this room.
Shadow Magi Eastern's 2 because it's 1 and the green pendant. So Raikou heading to Crocmire with Plasma in charge. That's going to be 1 dead Croc.
Just look and just walk backwards. He's like, I don't want it anymore. I don't anymore.
Yeah, 1 charge Plasma shot. He's done.
I choose death. A much needed heart container way back there.
Much needed heart container. That is very true. So Breakdown has the entrance in the Turtle Rock. Is he going to keep exploring? Yes. So already he's gaining time on Raiko because he's going to come across Varia in this as his next item. And now disaster would be if Breakdown also finds the Ice Rod in here. Because there's no... Like, Raiko's going to clear all of Super Metroid before he goes back to Ice Palace. And nice double kill with that bomb on the big Stalfos. Breakdown might not be a Link to the Past runner, but he's certainly showing off a bit of tech here.
Well, the thing is, what if he sees Varia and decides that the play is to go to Super Metroid?
Then they're back on even footing, and Raiko's got probably about a 2-3 minute lead. Certainly a lot less than it could have been.
He's messing up this bomb jump here.
I mean, this is a hard bomb jump if you don't have it memorized.
Ice Rod in Lower No Fair.
Ice Rod in the Crockmire area. All right, so Raiko, once he gets his gravity suit, he will be in full go mode. That is exactly what he needed to find, exactly where he needed to find it. And he has to be sighing a little bit of relief because it tells him that he went just far enough into Ice Palace. He is still going to lose time on Turtle Rock, though, with the double dip, but it still looks like he is in good shape.
And I mean, Turtle Rock's the perfect point to finish off, Zelda, because Ganon's Tower is just right there.
That is very true. So all he needs to do is collect this gravity suit, and then beat the last two Metroid bosses and the last
and at exactly 2 hours and 37 minutes even, RaikouRider is in go mode.
So Breakdown has his Varia suit. He's out the door, and I imagine it's not going to take him that long. So Raiko has to go through all of Turtle Rock again, which is unfortunate. But then he'll be able to finish Link to the Past. He'll just go straight to Meridia and Lower Norfair and cash those out and make a run to Turian. So the question is going to be, okay, Breakdown. Yeah, Breakdown's going to Norfair. So the question is Raiko going to build enough of a lead, finishing Zelda first, that will be able to survive Breakdown's likely faster endgame of SM.
Yeah, because Breakdown knows where Gravity Suit is. So he's going for the go mode and Super Metroid first. He's going to have a happy surprise when he finds Ice Rod, though.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a welcome sight for him. That said, Raiko still has a lead, but it's probably on the realm of 3-4 minutes.
Oh no, he's getting trolled.
The Dead Rock. You never like that Dead Rock, and more frustration slashes. Get through it that time. Breakdown does not have plasma, so it will take him a little bit longer to kill Crockmire, but not that much.
I do know Raiko. He has told me that, he doesn't have that many times under 330 for this combo, so I'm sure he's really excited right now that he's finally getting a really good run of this. So any kind of stop right now is going to probably tick him off so much.
I mean, like, he's probably going to finish with a low to mid 3 at this point. The question is, I mean, knowing what he knows about Breakdown skill in SM, he's got to be worried.
Did Breakdown get Ice Rod?
No, he didn't.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
he may gamble on it being in Turtle Rock, or
that may have cost him this race.
I mean, it may be what cost him the race. Yeah. Plasma is at Sahasrara, so he's not checking Croc. Croc was, because correct me if I'm wrong, Croc was hard required for that ice rod, right? And he's going to Bubble Mountain. Yeah, so Crocmire was required, just not for the thing I thought it was.
Oh no. This is devastating right now.
I mean, but this is the randomizer. You can make these plays that make so much sense. I mean, why kill Crocmire for 1-2 items when you have all these other places that are so item dense to explore? I mean, we know that's the wrong play, but Breakdown's got no way to know that, and Super Metroid plays to his strengths.
But the problem is, would they put Gravity Suit there? Like, if killing Crocomire wasn't in logic? Like, I don't know the full logic of the Super Metroid combo. I mean, I know you can get to that iron without killing Crocomire, but is it in logic that Crocomire has to die for that iron?
No. Breakdown didn't do any logic breaks or anything. It's just he decided that he was just going to pick up Gravity Suit, and that would be that. Meanwhile, Raikou is on Trine X. Half Magic should make this trivial, although he will have to break out the hammer to do it. Breakdown looks like he is going to do a lower Norfair while he's here, take out Ridley. This will do a lot of checks, and he's not going to lose a bunch of time here because these are checks that are just on the way.
Yeah, you just have to hope that, he turns around eventually.
I mean, I suppose it's going to be likely, but he's probably going to clear all of Lower Norfair before he even thinks about checking Crocmire again. And Raikou gets the kill on Trine X.
So, there's a game I like to play.
I think it's a game we all like to play, Gucci.
One, don't call me that.
Sorry.
There's 22. Well, let's see if he goes there first. I'm sure he's going to go there first.
I mean, there's nowhere else to go, really. Like, he's going to clear Link to the Past before he finishes Super Metroid. So there are 22 chest locations where the big key can be. Which one do you think they will be in?
Now, I need to know the command to start the game.
I think it's just bang start. So what's your guess, Kucher?
I always go with 5.
I always go with 5. You can't take that. That's my number.
Too late. I already did.
And Jayla will be us both in the chat. Oh, well.
Look up. Look up.
Okay, I guess you did get in. All right, but
I won't do that again.
Yeah, dude, it's just speed gaming. Calm down.
We got the compass. 2 is a key. He's not going to check full right. He's going to go ahead and go down the left side.
Raikou probably feels he's playing on borrowed time here. Another small key on the torch.
We're going to go into IMs 4 through 8 here in a second.
And then Breakdown heading up towards the worst room in the game for Super Metroid.
Five is some missile, so I'm wrong.
4 is missiles.
4 was my bad. 5 was E-tanks. I'm still wrong.
6 is a big 20. 7 is a power bomb.
We need math girl on commentaries because I can't do math. I can't count.
Well, I'm an accountant. I can do math.
All right, this will be
So Breakdown making his way through the worst room in the game.
Got some big rupees there.
A nice little clip to get around those traps as we go to a fire bar room for chest number 9.
Another small key. We need to give Raikou a keychain here with all the keys he has.
Well, he's suspending a lot of them as he heads into the rando room, 10 through 13. Aptly named because you pretty much never see this room outside of the randomizer. Ten arrows, 11 pack of missiles, 12, 10 more arrows, 13 the map.
And a map in the fourth chest in that room. Oh. I'm getting my holiday spirits in. What can I say?
I mean, it is Christmas season. You're allowed. It's past Thanksgiving. You get a pass.
I can't wait to start like blaring the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Dude, Mannheim Steamroller or bust. Anyway, Breakdown in the TV lounge, dispatches of the pirates.
Ooh, I just realized. So wait, so there's no way the big chest in Ganon's Tower can have something from Super Metroid?
It can have something from Super Metroid. It can never have progression. Any Super Metroid items in Ganon's Tower are guaranteed not progression. Raikou heading on to Ice Armos Knights.
I just want one day where they open up the big key chest.
I've seen people do it. Like, there have been times where you want to open up big chests. Usually because you're looking for a sword.
Oh, it looks like right side. Looks like right side's the play.
No, Raikou's really feeling the pressure now, even though he is still way ahead. He has no way of knowing that, and probably expects he's way behind.
I mean, he still has to kill Ridley and
Ridley, Dragon, and Mother Brain, but in his mind, Breakdown is probably already done with Link to the Past and is working his way on the last boss now. He has no way of knowing. He has no way of even suspecting that Breakdown missed on Ice Rod.
Oh man, that's still so rough. When do you go back to check for that Ice Rod, though?
Maybe after this. I'm not sure if he's ever gonna get a better check.
Guys, it may be oh, chest 20, I believe.
Yep, chest number 20. Just barely.
Shadow Flames is the closest one to get that correct answer. If you donated 250 bits or as a subscriber, you get put on our leaderboards. What's the leaderboards commands again?
I think it's bang points. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've done this.
No, not points. Save! There we go. Look at that massive leaderboard. We have Shadow Flames at the top and Shadow Flames at the bottom.
But meanwhile, Raikou is going to be heading up Ganon's Tower. 5.5 hearts, 1 or 2 blue potions, and no, he did not get the fairy, I don't believe.
No, he didn't get the fairy. He only has 1 blue potion because he used one in Blind's hideout. Not hideout, but
right.
lair.
Yeah, never went to refill. He could pick up the fairies in this room here.
So it looks like he's going to go ahead and do
Yep.
that. Because he can only take, I believe, 3 hugs from Ganon with that health.
Looks about right.
I believe hugs with red mail is still 4 hearts of damage, so 3 hugs and
I think
get,
I think a hug with a red mail is 2 hearts. Going through the Zelda gauntlet, because he's already done the other one.
And when are we going to Gauntlet Legends?
Gauntlet which, sorry?
Legends? Oh, we
Not
could have
sure.
had a Mirror Shield this seed.
Yeah, we could have, but Breakdown's happy with his Fisher-Price shield.
We're going to go through the 3 Musketeers now. Oh, no, wait. Get the check
Gonna
first.
check Franker Z room. He's gonna take a heart container. I mean, he needs them.
We got
And
the
since we did
Lamola
not find
refight.
powder, but yeah, with Silvers,
Silvers, he still
does throw off the
land him.
timing.
With Silvers, he still needs to land him.
Yeah, the timing on the Silvers is definitely a bit wonky compared to normal arrows.
3 hearts. Okay, so Elm would know. Elm was the winner of that crazy seed last night that was basically all dungeons, all bosses.
Elm is also currently the undisputed Link to the Super Metroid Tournament champion of the world. So, yeah, I would certainly trust him on what he says about this.
Yeah, I know the hug was a lot of damage because I think at Blue Mail it's like 4 or 5 damage.
So Raiko heading up to the Wizrobe room, gets the 3-way, going for the 4-way Wizrobes here. Gets the 1 cycle, very nicely done, and a full... Oh, missed the 1 cycle, my mistake, but got the full refill. His Breakdown's back in Bow Mountain, going to Speed Booster. And just a heart container speed booster. So we found where all the hearts were. They were all Varia locked. Raiko still opening a couple more chests up top, hoping, I'm sure, to find the last sword. Like, if he has to use a Master Sword, he will, but if he can find Tempered Sword, so much the better.
Now, if he finds Cape, as I said before, he probably won't go back for that.
Yeah, he won't go back for the last sword. He's just hoping to find the 4th sword just laying in Moldorm's last possession.
I mean, Hammer still does... Oh!
Yeah, that's the one problem with Hammer. It does not give you the fall protection that the swords do. Like, if you hold out the sword near the edge as Breakdown dispatches of King Crack Attack, the king is dead, long live the new king. But if you hold your sword out opposite of the edge you're about to fall, then you won't fall like that. Raiko might have to just bust out the Master Sword at some point. The hammer's only 3 HP damage.
It looks like
compared to the
Breakdown's
2 of the
about ready
Master
to find
Sword.
his Ice Rod.
Trolldorm putting in work for Ganon, as that Breakdown is finally fighting Croc. He had to grind up quite a bit in order to get enough supers to get there. Moldorm's last possession's just another big 20. But Breakdown's got him stuck in a pretty good loop here. And
Yeah.
8 supers is all it takes.
Yeah, Raikou is a full Gains Tower ahead of Breakdown. Now, Breakdown could go full right.
Well,
And actually, that would have been...
also still has to do all of Turtle Rock from the beginning. So it's Dragon, Turtle Rock, Gains Tower, Turian versus Ridley, Dragon, Turian.
And, yeah, no.
And the triple-double for Raikou on Aga 2.
I mean, Raikou has to fall like 50 times here. Maybe get hugged a few extra times to give Breakdown a little bit of catch-up.
Yeah, sounds about right. So it looks like Raikou will have about a 19-minute head start going into a go mode, because Breakdown is, I think, about to go in the right direction. Yeah, this is the right spot. But Raikou having to use those spins. Breakdown checking the pantry instead. Checking a vanilla grapple beam and then making a trip over to the pantry.
Oh, there's a magic powder.
That's a little bit useful, but it's probably going to be a little bit late.
Oh no!
Raikou having to do a whole lot of dodging around all those fire bats.
And at 2:56:47, Breakdown is in go mode. Almost 20 minutes behind.
Yeah, almost a full 20 minutes. We know he's good. I'm not sure he's that good. But Raikou on 3 hearts has to be careful. He only has the 1 potion.
Ooh. No, he also caught the fairy, so he knows.
No, I don't think he caught the fairy. Oh, right, he caught the fairy in GT. Okay. Right, I kept thinking about the one in Death Mountain. But yes, it is absolutely Raikou's race to lose at this point. So I think Raikou is probably out of Fire Bat phase at this point. Yes, he is.
Yep, we're going to get some crumbly floors here. And Breakdown is going to buy some blue potion.
Yeah, good to have safety items at this point.
There goes Raikou's blue potion. Now this is where it gets kind of dangerous.
A little bit dangerous, but as long as Raikou's paying attention, he should be fine. And if he falls, he'll probably buy another blue potion or 2 before making another stab at it.
I mean, he has a lot. He has 1100. Yeah, again, we saw. It was the very first item we saw in Light World.
Yes, we did find those silver arrows. Would you like to see them up close?
That's 1 silver arrow. We got 3 more silver arrows to go.
Needs to keep that torch lit on the side.
If this
Might
is a
be
double.
setting up a double.
Ooh, only a single there.
So one
That
more
doesn't
hit.
matter.
So there's... Get your G's in chat for RaikouRider.
No, no GGs.
No, just single G.
Single
Maybe
G.
1 game, single G.
Yeah, we still have 3 more intense boss fights to go.
Yeah, baby, 1 game, so it's 1 G. 1 game, 1 G, 2 games, 2 Gs. Get it?
G unit? Oh, no.
Not that G. Breakdown heading into Meridian now. I think Raiko's about to take that same portal. So they'll be pretty much synced going up towards Dragon. Breakdown might clear Super Metroid first. I'm not sure it's going to matter that much, though.
But yeah, don't forget we have a lot more races. There is a schedule. Today, I think this was the only race today, but we have, I think, 2 set up for tomorrow right now.
And that sounds right. So if you give me a couple minutes, I can take a look at that.
Yeah, we got tomorrow. Oh, actually, we have 4 games tomorrow. We got Ivan versus Toil, with Zelnez being the commentary on that one. Speed Gaming's 2 at the same time. We'll have Lockin' WP with Dr. Bob Tastic. Thursday overnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, is Commodore versus Andy.
Well, that's going to be a game. Meanwhile, Breakdown continuing to spam supers into Dragon. As Raiko sets up, and he's probably just gonna microwave this fish with his plasma and X-ray.
I think Raiko is just going to do his. Ooh, no, he is going for that.
Yep. I mean, he's got X-ray. You may as well use it. He's gonna try and one-shot this.
And Breakdown's going to be doing the grappling strat.
Yeah, well, he has to hope he doesn't get hit too many more times. He does not have a ton of energy to play with here.
All right. We just got to go through Low No Fair to fight Ridley and then Turian for game.
Yeah, Breakdown is not having any luck with this Dragon. And now he doesn't even have enough energy to take the hit.
Ooh, there goes his reserves.
I mean, he's better to have him.
He has, oh no, he doesn't have Charge Beam because he never did Eastern.
Oh, well, he got the kill, so that's what mattered in the end. No, he got Charge Beam. That was in the brewery.
Oh, wait, no, Plasma was the beam we're missing.
Plasma was at Sahasrara.
Oh man, this has been a crazy 3-hour run. Raiko's getting trolled right now by those rollies.
Yeah, I mean, not having Spring Ball hurts.
Oh, that's how Breakdown's going to win this race, guys. He got Spring Ball.
Don't underestimate Spring Ball, man. But Raiko is probably going to flute to 6 and head straight in towards the Lower Norfair at the GT entrance.
Yeah, they're on the same boss after 3 hours, but Raiko is 2 bosses away from winning this race.
Yeah, Breakdown still has... Yeah, Raiko's killed Turtle Rock and Ganon's Tower, which is quite the slog to go through.
Yeah, and Raiko has killed Ganon, so...
It's Ridley versus Trinex Ganon in terms of time left different.
Raiko's been in go mode for about 30 minutes now. Breakdown's only been in go mode for about 10. It looks like he is going for Turtle Rock now.
Yeah, because he's killed all 4 bosses, so he can go straight from GT to Turian.
I do believe almost all these races are going to be on the Speed Gaming YouTube channel.
I believe so. After they're streamed and curated and highlighted properly, they will be on YouTube.
Again, I'm having a hard time reading names from the angle I'm saying that. So, Ivali, that's where you can catch some of these amazing races. There's going to be another 114 at least of these for the Swiss rounds.
Plus at least 7 more in the top 8. Raikou may forgetting that he picked up morph ball bombs. And with all these power bomb blocks, it's probably mostly moot.
Well, I mean, he also has, 700 power bombs at this point.
Close enough, yeah.
Yeah, Raikou yesterday during the post talk, after the showcase race, did not have that much confidence about this race against Breakdown. I will assume after this run, he may have a decent confidence boost going into his next race sometime next week.
Maybe. Raikou's one of those players who always feels like he's an underdog. And sometimes it's really good for him, other times not so much. Anyway, 67 supers to use on Ridley. This should be mostly academic.
I mean, I almost feel sorry for Ridley at this point.
I don't.
That's why I said almost. I mean, he still killed Samus's family and stuff. I mean, and he's a pain in the butt in Metroid Prime 1.
He deserves every one of these super missiles, and he deserves probably more than that.
Got some lava strats going on here.
And, needs a couple more. There we go. That's a dead Ridley. Raikou not even gonna bother to pick up whatever got dropped. He is booking it to Tori. I'm sure he is waiting for the dot down to come in.
I mean, as I said before, he was telling me about a week before these races starts that he rarely has a run that's under 3.5, and he right now has to be feeling really good about his own run. Even if he doesn't win, he's probably happy about this time right now.
Yeah, that's probably right. I mean, he had to go fairly deep into all 3 pendant dungeons. Well, one of them he didn't need to, but there was no reason not to.
Yeah, no, and I mean, he got plasmas from it, which, he got a faster kill on Dragon because of it.
Yeah, the microwave really helps with that.
I think you believe he feels like he's behind, but I think he may believe he's in the lead right now just because he did those checks in those pendant dungeons early enough.
Uh-oh, what's this? This is a problem. Unless he knows something I don't. Okay, that works, I guess. Quicker to get back to the portal?
I mean, had to take a little bit of a bath.
Talk about risky, though. He did not have a lot of energy to spare when he got out of that. That's going to be something to think about.
I mean, once he transitions to Link to the Past, he just has to hard reset.
Yeah, that's true. He also has to do
wave
green
beam.
gate glitch.
You have wave beam.
It's a green door though.
Oh. There we go.
Here. Yeah, so the play to backdoor to Meyer, it's I mean, yeah, I see what he's doing, but the risk to go through that room taking all that damage.
Why isn't, like, he just needs to hard reset now? The game's saved.
I'm not sure he. Oh no, since he's playing on VC, he can't hard reset.
Oh.
Yeah, he's playing on modded Wii. But yeah, he has no idea how far ahead he is.
Yeah, Breakdown still has another like 4 or 5 big rooms left, and Turtle Rock, then all of Ganon's Tower.
And then all of Turian as well. Raikou going straight to Turian, not making a detour at the ship. Interesting.
He's probably going to plan to just get caught by Baby then?
I mean, he doesn't know Baby Skip.
Yeah, so he's probably going to let himself get caught by Baby. He has ice beams. He shouldn't be too worried about these Metroids.
Yeah, he really shouldn't.
So he's probably going to let himself get caught by Baby, use that free energy refill, and then go ahead and finish Mother Brain.
Also a little bit short on supers, opting to kill the first one with just missiles. Gets the job done.
Looks like he's getting enough energies from these Metroids anyway. That's not too much of a worry.
Yeah, he'll be fine. The Breakdown on his way to finish off Trinex. Pulls out that hammer. Shouldn't be too much longer to pick that apart.
Yeah, he's letting himself get hit by the cussing Sidewinder just so this isn't that big of a time loss before when Baby hits him.
Yeah, like I said, RaikouRider has said he does not know how to do Baby Skip.
And Breakdown's about to go into Ganon's Tower. I mean, he can save some time right now by going full right side.
That is true.
But it's, I mean, Raikou has to soft lock trying to do the stand-up glitch in order for Breakdown to have a chance right now.
He doesn't know how to do stand-up glitch either, but yes, he turned to the right, saved about 40 frames, I believe.
Oh, he's not getting the ammo refill.
Yeah, he just needs to use ice. He has enough missiles to break open the thing. He just use charged ice to kill Mother Brain. Like, he doesn't need any more supers.
Alright, here we go with the Mother Brain fight.
And here we go with Breakdown in GT.
Nope, he's going, yep, nope, he's going to check left now. He didn't go full right.
Yeah, I mean, it's the smart play. and he has no idea of knowing how far behind he is. So I believe it's about 40 charge ice shots to get Mother Brain into the next phase.
Yeah, and Raiko has enough health that this is basically a cutscene right now.
Pretty much. I mean, he doesn't want to take too many more of those onion rings.
Oh, yep.
Yep. And just damaging himself to take this rainbow beam to the face.
Now the question is, if Raiko believes he's far enough in the lead, does he save the animals just for swag?
I don't think I'm not sure he thinks he's in the lead. He might, given the fact that he would expect to lose by a lot more than this margin. I don't think he saves the animals.
Now the question, if Breakdown never soft-locked, how close would this race would have been?
That's a really good question, because, yeah, this 20-minute difference is about... Well, I mean, Breakdown's is going to be less than 20 minutes behind, I'm sure. Now, I believe 40 Hyper Beam shots to the face will finish off Mother Brain, 3 minutes on the clock, and make the run. "36 shots. Okay, pardon me."
Big shouts to Big, who shoutcasted last night's showcase race, dropping all the good Super Metroid knowledge on us.
And Raiko almost certainly gonna cut the 321 here. Might cut 320. Breakdown having a little bit of trouble on the right side.
Ooh, one of the torches went out.
And it's really easy to have that happen. Thankfully, the full magic helps.
Raiko's just going all the way up there.
Gets the Shine Spark all the way to the top.
And the animals are going to die today, folks.
I've always been a fan of taunt the animals, but kill the animals will work. As there's the door. There's the dot done. RaikouRider is finished with an official SRL time of hours, 19 minutes, and 31
13
seconds.
hours.
3 hours. It's the first race. Come on, give me a break. But get your GGs in chat, as RaikouRider has pulled off this win. He moves to 1-0.
And we're going to get Raiko in here in just a second to talk to him about this crazy seed, which is half all dungeons, I guess. Not all bosses, but all dungeons.
And with that ding, we do have RaikouRider here in the commentary booth. Congrats on the win.
Thanks. So I actually have quite a bit to say about this seed.
Go ahead. I'm sure there's one thing that I'm sure you're going to want to talk about. By which I mean I want to talk about. How about that Pendant Ice Palace?
Ice Palace, Turnima Herba Jurgla Gunga Gurga Bubble Butt.
Raiko, this is a Christian stream. I will not have that language in this commentary.
So yeah, what I wound up doing was I exhausted my options because, as you know, I have an aversion for Ice Palace, especially Pendant Ice Palace, and then I found that Ether Medallion to get me into Turtle Rock, and I was just gone. Do you blame me, though?
I mean, a little. And what do I always say about Pendant Ice Palace?
You're wrong.
Yeah. Well, apparently I was the right kind of wrong this time. But, Breakdown had a couple breakdowns that really gave you an advantage. First, when he went to check Spazer, he went up there with only one bomb, so he soft locked himself in there.
Yeah, he lost 20 minutes.
Oh my god. That's so easy to do if you're not familiar with the randomizer.
And the thing is, he also I lost count on his deaths. Like, Blind Thieves Town was a rough patch for him. So was I want to say Meyer. He died a couple times and needlessly.
Yeah, 2 deaths in Thieves Town, 1 or 2 in Meyer. The other thing that really sunk him, he saw that once he got Variasuit out of ice, he went to Norfair, grabbed Gravity, and then went to Bubble Mountain. You stayed, killed Croc, and Croc ended up being required to get Ice Rod to get Go Mode. You had about a 20-minute edge on him at that point.
Like,
going down the... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, see, at that point, you guys were probably just a few minutes apart. Him skipping Ice Rod, he was in Go Mode 20 minutes behind you. Like, it was insane.
Going down to Croc was actually a mistake. The plan at that point was actually to originally I wanted to go down, check Showcase Showdown Missile and Ice Beam, and then just go get Gravity and beat and just sweep Meridia and Norfair. And then I went down to Croc, and I was like, wait a minute, why am I going down to Croc? Gravity Suit's the other way. But by the time I went down there, I felt committed to check it because I had already fought Croc. And then
Oh, he missed a Fire Rod.
Oh, yeah, he's gonna have to light that again. And
He has to light them all again.
Be careful. Yeah, he's gotta light them all. The breakdown, as you can probably tell, is in Ian's tower. You two were fighting Dragon pretty much the exact same time. He had already beaten Ridley at that point, but you had already beaten Turtle Rock and GT by that point.
Like I was saying, going down to Croc was a mistake. I should not have gone down to Croc. But by the time I fought Croc, I was like, you know what? There's 3 checks down here. I'm already committed. Let's go ahead and check these before I go down to go to the rest of the bosses. And
very first check,
and let's just say the next 4 words out of my mouth when I found that Ice Rod were OMFG.
did you think you were behind when you found that ice rod?
When I found the ice rod at Croc, that's when I thought I was ahead. I thought I was in trouble. I thought I was in trouble because of the whole Ice Palace thing. Because it's a pretty known quantity that I do not like going into Ice Palace. So and I have actually watched people in tournaments after watching the video back, when they play against me, they play on that. They'll go to Ice Palace as soon as possible and find something in there because this is the way my tournament runs.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty easy answer. Just do Ice Palace, even though you know you shouldn't.
Hey, all 45 other competitors. He just told you his weakness.
Yeah, just meta against what you know they're gonna do. Pull a Crystal Saber.
So some other stuff. I actually have a lot I want to talk about. First of all, the ALTTP side was extremely hard.
Yeah, this is basically all dungeons without you actually having to kill Cold Stare or Argus.
Was Ganon trying to shoot the moon or something? I saw barely any hearts the whole game. They must have all been in his hand.
They were all in. There were a ton of them in Norfair. Like breakdowns on 12 right now.
Boy,
as he's going through Aga 2.
Master 9 Ganon in particular was so nerve-wracking. I grabbed a fairy before Gauntlet and wound up needing it during the fight.
I mean, that's why you grab those things, because you never know when you'll need them, and if you do need them, you're really, really glad you have them.
Oh yeah, I would have been in terrible shape if I didn't.
Yeah, if you would have kept on checking the pantry, the magic powder was in there.
I was wondering where that was. That's actually one of the things I wanted to ask, but you answered that for me. Overall, on the Link to the Past side, I was really impressed with my combat this time. The Mothula kill in particular was amazing.
Yeah, that was a blink. That was a blink and you missed it, Mothra kill.
Hook, and then the other thing, Hookshot and Bow-Locked Pod was another just horrible troll, considering where Titan's Mitts were all the way in the back of Swamp. And I routed the Dark World with that possibility in mind, considering that I already had Bow and Hammer to complete Pod. Instead of taking the regular route where you just go straight to Village of Outcasts, do 3 and 4, and then go around the Horn. Because I could actually do a clean sweep on North Dark World, I just started in Pod and just went in a counterclockwise circle all the way around the world. Leaving Catfish alone, I'm not sure why.
100 rupees.
I did eventually go back and check it, because I exhausted all possibilities before going into Ice Palace. So
now, why didn't you grab Silvers before fighting Helmasaur? Like, Silvers was right there.
I forgot to do it before going in.
That makes sense.
A breakdown also down to 3 hearts against Gan, down to 1 heart. He does have 2 blue potions though, so he'll use those.
I had to pop one on 3 towards. You might have noticed I popped a blue potion on 3 towards the end of the fight, just because I was in driver range.
Yeah, I did remember seeing that.
And speaking of defense, armor in either game was really hard to find. Suits in general, MIA for a long time made navigating Metroid really hard.
Yeah, that is very true.
Well, Mirror Shield was in this game. You guys skipped, Breakdown skipped 2 shields. You only skipped 1. I don't think you saw the other shield upgrade.
Speaking of not seeing that other shield, what was that going backwards to the lower Norfair portal through that lava? Like, how ballsy can you get, man?
I was actually gonna bring that up towards the end of the Metroid stuff. I was gonna ask you about that acid dive through Amphitheater to get out of Lower Norfair more quickly.
I mean, that was the balls you have to make that call, man. Wow.
So also early on, early power bomb issues caused a lot of weird routing in Brinstar, but I somehow made it work. Basically what I was trying to do is I was trying to at all costs avoid needing to get to Wreckship with speed, as I was very, very under-equipped for Fantune at the time. Oh, speaking of ugly locations, given where Space Jump was, Pearl at X-Ray was awful.
Oh, yeah, no, that was terrible. That was one of the few really important items that Breakdown found before you did, but you followed up pretty quickly.
Yeah, so after Breakdown softlocked, he did a similar routing you did, and then, like, he softlocked, he reset, and then because he didn't check X-Ray, he decided to go check X-Ray, and then that's basically how he caught up after his softlock.
I cannot imagine how incredibly close this race would have been if Breakdown didn't softlock at Spazer, because the difference was...
It probably would have been a race through Mother Brain at that point. Breakdown just killed Ganon and has reset to the ship. So he'll be heading to Turian shortly.
The only big mistake that I made, probably during this entire race, was forgetting the last key in pod and getting down to the basement. And I'm like, wait, why can't I get through this door? Oh, I don't have a key. I must have skipped the chest somewhere.
We also saw your frustration with the second dip into Ice Palace.
Oh, I was livid when I found Varia Suit there.
And the third item, we will never quite exactly know what it was. Breakdown also pieced out once he found Varia, but he single-dipped Ice and single-dipped Turtle Rock, which made up time.
I still want some of these races I wish we saved the spoiler logs for. Like, just hand them out to everyone after the race was done, just so we could be like, oh, that's where it was.
Yeah, it was. There were some. Just overall, I thought what made the difference and what made me start to feel better as the seed went on was just the difficulty of the ALTTP side in general. Because I know Breakdown has a little bit more difficulty with ALTTP. But I tell you what, based on how we played tonight, you could probably run this race back 30 times and we'd each win 15 times.
Who knows? Maybe during the top 8, you guys will get a rematch.
I'm not making top 8. It's not happening.
The negativity, man. Negativity.
I'm being realistic.
He's getting grabbed by all these Metroids. You didn't get grabbed by any one of them, so he's losing a little bit more time here.
I actually took my time with the Metroids because I was just absolutely booking it because I thought Breakdown was right on my heels on going through Turian. And you might have also noticed that I did not stop at the ship like I normally do to refill. I just went straight to Turian. Oh, speaking of ammo, I think I found every single super missile pack in the entire seed.
Oh, Fusion Warrior calling, saying that he believes in you.
Hey, Fusion Warrior, thanks.
One thing I want to comment, honestly, you were pretty even at the start until you picked up Morph Ball out of Dark Cross.
Oh,
Breakdown tried going through the dark and died. And
I completely forgot about that. That was huge.
I'm actually wondering what Breakdown's death is going to be at. Oh, he didn't get the skip. But whenever we get to the credits, I'm kind of interested in seeing what his death count is.
Yeah, I completely forgot about sequence breaking Morph Ball out of Back of Escape.
Because otherwise, the logic wanted you to go, get the book out of Eastern, I think.
Yeah, the book out of
Eastern to. Yeah, book out of Eastern, fire out of Mini Moldorm Cave to get to get the mirror off of Lanmos in desert to get to Tower of Hera and backdoor your way into Paradox Cave.
Oh yeah, mirror at
Or the
Lanmos.
lamp.
Oh yeah, mirror at Lanmos was a nice surprise. But when I found Morph Ball there, that actually gave me a lot of information about a couple of other items. I was thinking lamp had to show up sometime soon.
But yeah, it was at that point that you had a lead, and you never really relinquished it, even as much as Breakdown tried to get around that.
Yeah, I just overall felt that I routed very, very well. I don't know if you can really route the seed that much better.
I mean, the seed had some really terrible routing. Let's be honest.
This it could have been worse. It could have been Master Flippers again.
I think the less said about that seed, the better.
Yeah, I was very, very relieved to find out that there was just a big 20 at the pedestal.
The one thing Breakdown did find that really gave him the biggest chance to come back, he found Spring Ball.
Where was that? Was it in like Meridia or someplace?
No, Norfair.
Norfair. Yeah, neither you touched any of Meridia.
We didn't see Shock Tool.
We didn't see any of Meridia outside of the path straight to Dragon.
I'm not surprised because of how much of a pain in the butt it was to locate Varia, and where gravity was, you could just route around that. Because with the way this seed played out, gravity was very likely to be your SM Go mode item. And then it was just a matter of locating Ice Rod, and I just got extremely lucky.
I mean, a lot of this game has a lot of luck to it, as Breakdown's plugging Mother Brain full of supers.
Interesting choosing to use supers instead of... Did Breakdown never find charge?
He never found Plasma.
Oh, right, because Plasma was in a stupid spot, too, I think.
That's Saha.
Yeah, the old man had Plasma. I was very pleased to see that. I didn't even consider how much of an advantage Plasma might give me, because I was able to microwave Crocomire, microwave Dre. Oh yeah, that Phantoon fight was super clutch.
Yeah, that was definitely a you shut that
yeah,
last.
You angered him. Yeah, you angered him. Breakdown did anger him. Like, Breakdown did a lot of good stuff in the seed to try and make up some time, but I honestly think that soft lock, the soft lock plus not doing Crocomire, kind of doomed him.
And that's gonna happen. Just that Ice Beam was in an awful spot, and like I said, I just got extremely lucky.
I think you mean Ice Rod, although Ice Beam was also in a weird spot. You sequence broke the waterway for it.
Oh yeah. Well, no, that's not a sequence break. That's actually in logic.
Oh.
The shine spark, because like you would think that location is gravity locked, but it's not. I've actually had gravity at waterway before. In normal logic, that's not even
right,
that's not a
one tap
break. That's just no. It's not even a short charge. It's not a short charge. Short charges are not in normal logic. You can get that shine off without doing a short charge. You just have one block of error to actually get the shine off. So it's like, I want to say, if you run from the very edge, it's like, I think a couple frame window to actually store a charge, and then actually trying to shine spark left with the water physics. I don't know why I struggle with that, but for whatever reason, I find shine sparking straight left there surprisingly difficult.
Yeah, Breakdown actually had to do that twice.
Health?
Because he soft locked it. He grabbed it, soft locked it, he gotta go grab it again.
Like, Ice was the only thing he lost when he soft locked, but the time of having to go back and get everything again.
Yeah, no, he was all the way at Spazers. He soft locked when he reloaded the game. He only had 7 minutes in Super Metroid.
Yeah, that's actually one of the reasons I was actually kind of afraid of that happening. Well, maybe not a soft lock, but having to take a really convoluted way out of Retro Brinstar, because, like I said in the beginning of the interview, I was having powerbomb issues for a lot of the Brinstar area. But unless you run into like 4 or 5 powerbomb packs early, you're usually going to have issues with powerbombs if you try to route everything. So a lot of times the seed will only allow you to get so much out of Brinstar, where you might have to say route Retro Brinstar with you might have to like say after you do Kraid and do some Link to the Past stuff, you might have to go to Death Mountain to Business Center and back up to a Green Hill to get to Retro Brinstar, just because of lack of power bombs. Because you need something like, I want to say 20 power bombs. Oh, speaking of tricks in Brinstar, how about that first try Spo skip?
That was great. Also great breakdown with the dot done. 3 hours, 40 minutes, 41 seconds. GG's to him.
GG. This
and we're going to be getting him in the chat here soon, and wrap everything up.
Like I was saying, if that's about a 20-minute time loss, that's like a photo finish, because the time difference in this race was 21 minutes and change.
Yeah, that's a very costly death there, but well, there's 4 more rounds to get back into it.
But I will just say, go ahead.
And with that, breakdown is in the chat. GG breakdown.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, that soft lock on Spazer, that was rough.
That definitely was rough, yes. The temptation to rage quit was real. Certainly not my best showing overall, but I don't know. It was a fun seed. Got through it. Didn't defend it just any longer than I had to. That was a plus, so...
I actually think we're an even match based on that, because I know Al said you lost about 20 minutes from the soft lock, and that was the difference in the race, like almost exactly.
Well, the thing
recovering from the soft lock. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to step in. Finding a Moon Pearl basically eliminated that soft lock. The skipping the ice rod when you could have gone through Crocomire when you got gravity suit re-added that 20 minutes almost. It was probably about 15.
Yep, no, being able to go modal on Norfair would have helped a lot. I don't know, just weighed my options. I was like, no, let's not go to Croc. Let's try to skip Croc and then dig Croc last. And yep, that did it. So, but yeah, not my best showing by any stretch of the imagination. So, lost some heart containers, I think, from that soft lock. Because recovering from the soft lock, the only thing like of real importance that I lost was ice, and getting that back didn't take too long. So
it was more just all the ground you had
4
to cover.
4 minutes of Meridia.
In and out, and probably the worst Dragon fight I've ever had, counting playing this game back in like '94.
The one thing that Raiko had that made that fight a lot easier, he picked up Plasma. It was on Sahasrara.
Oh, all right, yeah, I never went back to Eastern to finish that one off. So
now, aside from that, you had a rough Thieves Town. You had a rough Mire.
Yeah, that's 6 Heart Green Tunic Mire. Something I guess I got to practice going forward. Just having more health there, certainly.
Yeah, no, this was a run with not much love in it.
Yeah, 10 deaths. I think that speaks for itself. But I'm sure you are going to be more than ready to get back on the horse in the next round. Still 4 more rounds to go. How you feel?
Yeah, you both were still in this. I mean, as long as the random C's are good, and there's always couch cash in the ped. Now, speaking of, I believe next week, you guys are going to be against different opponents. Do you guys have any ideas of who you want to face?
Not Elminster.
I'm not really looking for anybody. Really, my only goal in this thing is not to get swept. So, yeah, that's basically where I'm at right now. So
My goal for the tournament is to go 3-2.
Hey, Raiko, hoping you don't want to go against the undisputed Link to the Super Metroid Combo Randomizer Champion of the world.
Just no kidding. He's if anybody remembers the TGRC tournament, he never dropped a game. He did not drop one game.
That's why he's clutch. But in any case, is there anything from either runner that you'd like to say before we start wrapping things up?
Well, speaking of Elminster, let me go ahead and point out he is going to be one of the last games of the first Swiss on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. He's going to be going against Metroid Mist. The channel has yet to be determined for that one.
Oh, Metroid MST is hilarious. I've actually been watching him for a while. I just feel terrible for him that he got Elm.
But it looks like we have 4 matches scheduled for tomorrow. A pair firing off at 2:30 Eastern. Ivan versus Total and Lachlan WP against Dr. Bobtastic. Then at 6:30 Eastern, Sinus versus OC101, who I believe came in 3rd in the TRGC tournament. Then at 7:30, Zen Trigger and Cassidy Moen. We've got more races Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and yes, Sunday, capping off with that Elminster match.
Technically, if you want to stay up a little bit past, that Andy versus Commodore match is at 1 a.m. Eastern, 10, 11 p.m. on the other side of the country. Let's see, who else is pretty good on here that would be fun to watch? We got...
everyone
Zelda's
on this is going to be a good watch.
This is
these first few rounds.
This is one game down of at least 115 more. I'm happy to have been here. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out. Thank you, Breakdown and Raiko, for the amazing runs. Give them follows. Give them some love. Give them some hype and support for their next 4 games in the Swiss tournaments. Let's see them in the top 8. Thank you for... Draco for being the tracker. He already went to bed. Algernon being my co-commentator today.
And thanks both of you for commentating. I'm sure it was. I'll watch it back. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure it was great. So, but thanks for taking the time.
I actually have a couple of races I need to watch back. I gotta watch the Speed Gaming Weekly on Monday back because that seed was a train wreck, and then I gotta watch this back too.
Oh yeah. Other than that, is anyone else have anything to say?
I don't got anything.
All right. Well, on behalf of everyone here and Speed Gaming, this was the first race in the winter tournament. Thank you guys for hanging out, and I do hope to see you guys later on.
Good night, and good luck, Speed Gaming.